Another movie with Robert Zemeckis at the wheel. And Three Black Geeks said the same thing that we said last time. In the face, daddy. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's Three Black Geeks. Of course, it's D, CJ, and DJ Sue. How are you two gentlemen doing today?
I am doing quite excellent.
I know we're all doing excellent. Chris, turn on the Huey Lewis. It's time to go back in time, nigga.
Actually,
That's the power of love.
well, Chris, before you start, I do have to ask everybody, do you like Huey Lewis in the news?
God damn. That was a year ago we did that. If you didn't hear us do American Psycho, where it was beautiful. That's all you need to know.
That was great. That was excellent. Make it Chinese.
Hey, eat her ass. Anyway.
Don't just stare at it.
Now,
stare at it. Eat it.
If you listen to our last episode, we were talking about Predator 2.
Psych, y'all, we're doing the Predators.
No, at the end, we were making jokes about time travel and such, and what we were doing before we ended it. There are three different types of time travel elements in movies and books that we do. Back to the Future presents one, which is a time travel paradox or butterfly effect, where you do something in the past, it affects your present future, and it changes things up and stuff. You have the 12 Monkeys theory, which is essentially no matter what you do to try to change things up, the inevitable is going to happen anyways, i.e., sounds drastic what I'm about to say. You go back in time and try to kill Hitler, and you put a orphan in the place of where Hitler was going to be at. That person is going to end up growing up to be a different variation of Hitler, and still World War II is still going to fucking happen any goddamn ways.
Like they call that
all of them still betray him.
You call that the prophetic future, where it's like, oh no, it's happening.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
I know what you're trying to do. Yeah. It's gonna be a little more strawberry flavor in it now. But it's still going to happen.
Yeah, 12 Monkeys.
Hey, gentlemen, it's 1947 F.
Yeah, I mean, 12 Monkeys presented that. If you ever watched that movie, Bruce Willis tried to save the future from a virus, but by the end, it didn't fucking matter. The virus was going to happen. The only difference is you get to the future, they found a cure for it, but it still fucking happened any goddamn ways.
It's one of those things where, like, we did it because we had to save the future. And you, like, save, like, a flower or, like, I don't know, like a blonde white girl. It's always a blonde white girl.
Then you get the multiverse time travel, which is what Terminator is, where it's essentially, and even Endgame and Dragon Ball Z, where you go back in time, you don't change the present future. You basically create another branch. So you get Dragon Ball Z. You get Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball was not that. Dragon Ball was in the Back of the Future.
No. Dragon Ball was basically Trunks went back in time, but even though he saved Goku, it didn't change his present future.
No. I was going to separate something. See, Terminator had a completely different set of rules. Remember, from the first movie, two left, went back to 1984, and what's his name? Like the doctor asked Kyle a very good question that a lot of people overlooked from that movie. So how do you get back? No one comes through and no one goes back.
Well, it's kind of, I think Terminator, it went from they were in the column A thing where no matter what they did to try to delay it, and I think Terminator 2 tried to posit that.
No, that was Terminator 3 and Terminator 3.
No, because remember at the end of Terminator 2, you hear Sarah Connor saying, well, I don't know whether we prevented this future thing from happening no matter what we did. Who knows? And it kind of left that ending where it's like, well, they probably did save the day. We don't know. But then three in Salvation basically said, fuck it, the future's going to happen. It was inevitable. Fine. And then the new one, Dark
Fate.
Dark Fate basically did what I just said, which is basically, oh yeah, you prevented that, but guess what? Another time loop came into where another time branch came into where, Skynet didn't happen, but guess what? Something else came up, and instead of Skynet, it's this now, and it's like,
and see what that's stupid. I think the multi-Earth version is probably the best version of it. Yeah, sure, it goes in the same thing as it goes in the same thing of endless different situations, but the Earth one brings it a little bit more close to home. Yeah. Where, like, sure, you didn't eat that bubblegum that day. There's an Earth for that. Fuck all that shit. you're eating the bubble gum, except this time you're not in DC, but you're in Tokyo. That's kind of how that whole thing goes. It's like this. It's like this. Eris, understand it. In this Earth, you're a DJ. That's very good. At Earth 465, you're actually a taxidermist.
Universe,
which is ironic.
Here's Eris.
Which is ironic because DBZ, when you hear Cell kind of talk about like what he did in the one of the future timelines, he killed Trunks and went back in time, and that was another alternate timeline. So basically, it creates all these different multiverse things. But Back to the Future decides, you know what? Let's just go with the butterfly theory paradox shit. Keep it simple and clean. That's it.
I still gotta say, since you brought up Dragon Ball, Chris, this man Cell had the most long game plan of long games. From his timeline, he kills Trunks, takes his time machine, go back into the past, finds out that 17 and 18 haven't even been created yet, stayed in his cocoon form for 24 freaking years.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
it finally comes out.
Yeah.
Well, Eris, this is very similar to what happened in 2006. And I know a lot of people don't remember hearing about this. It was very quick. Me and Eris talked about it at length. Remember that what happened when Walt Disney came out the chamber? He asked if all the Jews were dead, and he was like, no. He said, put me back in. It's on the same level of that. It's wild, long game shit to make sure your enemies is gone.
Yeah. So basically what I'm saying is Back to the Future, much like most majority of time travel stuff like Hot Tub Time Machine, they keep it very just time butterfly effect, time paradox. It's a very clean method of doing time travel, and it makes the stakes. Even if we're going to go to the Ashton Kutcher Butterfly Effect movie, I think that was
Butterfly Effect was mean.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying.
3 of those movies are mean.
Fuck those sequels. The Ashton Kutcher one to me was.
I'm sorry. I understand. But the second one had a girl with big ass titties getting fucked first 5 minutes in the movie, and that's the highlight. Trust me, that's the highlight.
That was a sci-fi original. That was a sci-fi original channel movie.
Yeah, that was a sci-fi original boobs. So they were like cool.
But Butterfly Effect was very cruel about it because every little single thing he did made his situation worse.
Ashton Kutcher didn't go out there. Somebody else got raped, but that person didn't get raped this time. Somebody else got raped, and that person ended up being like the president of something, and that made sure and then remember when Ashton Kutcher went to jail, and all of a sudden we had to respect this nigga like a thug for 2.5 minutes. That movie sucked. Wow, that movie sucked.
But anyways, Back to the Future.
I like Ashton Kutcher. That movie stunk.
But anyways, Back to the Future, it prevents a very simple thing, it's a very simple movie. And me and the guys were talking about it offline on the idea of Hollywood trying to remake it. And I think all 3 of us are pretty much on the same page. They should never do it because the biggest mistake that some, not all, but some studios and directors make the mistake of is trying to apply today's sensibilities to whatever time period they put their character in. That's the wrong way to go. And what I loved about Back to the Future is that they put the character in the 50s and they stuck with the 1950s sensibilities top to bottom, from the diet racism of the black character, of all the black characters, the blatant racism, how women were back then and stuff, where Doc says that, oh, your mom and dad met because of the Florence Nightingale syndrome, which was a real thing. It was a very real thing where the woman.
But let me be honest with you. It's a very real thing. It's called something else now. But let me tell you something. The way Doc said it, there will be so many blogs of you offended white women. There'll be a lot of that. Here's the thing, and Chris, you're right. You cannot put your sensibilities of today to a movie not even a movie, but a time period, the past like that. One of the biggest legit criticisms that we had of Lovecraft Country was the way it's like, you know what, y'all playing this shit about him being gay a little bit too clean. You know what I mean? Like something like, look,
it's not saying we need somebody to spit on them or anything.
We ain't
like
saying
that.
like, hey, hey, F word. We don't need that every 6 seconds. You know what I mean? But it's like, ain't nobody called this nigga a queer ass homo yet. Hold on. Remember my biggest one. Ain't nobody called this nigga a faggot yet. Nobody. This ain't the 50.
I mean,
that's
it's like
my problem, man.
Now, Yeah, so you just know it'd be more 80s wankery if it was remade. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Things
No,
is
no,
a
no.
great
Okay.
example of that.
Hold on. Mint in the box reviews. I will agree with you, and I would say it would be more 80s wank, but because it's Hollywood and I don't trust Hollywood as far as I can throw
80s, it. Right.
Like, it's not just 80s. They're going to throw in the good 80s that Penn and Teller clearly proved that it was bullshit about the 80s.
Yeah, that clean. Everything's rad.
Everything is rad, neon, and all that stuff. No. I mean, come on. Y'all are clearly missing the brown here.
Yeah, there's a shade of tan everywhere.
And on top of that,
a shade of beige everywhere.
And on top of that, again, like I said, I do not trust Hollywood. I really do believe that they would throw in today's sensibilities with the over-the-top 80s wank.
Yeah, and that's the thing that gets me.
Somewhere hidden in there will just be today's sensibilities of,
look at her. That person was non-binary in the 80s. That was so strong of them that didn't exist.
That never existed
at all. Not even in the shape of it. What?
I mean, and the thing of it is, it's like
it'd be like 10 Sam goodies on one block.
Nah, this one. Oh man, everybody's drinking the same Pepsi Cola. That crap, man.
Like the line in the movie that I liked was you had Goldie Wilson, who in the 80s, 85 or 84. This is what the movie is taking place in. He's the mayor of Hill Valley.
85 person.
I thought the movie came out in 85, but it was set in it. But the movie
came out in 85.
I thought it was set in
84, right?
Yes, I'm saying the movie was set in 84.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
It wasn't. He goes back to 1985.
Okay. Oh shit.
How the hell did?
I thought it was 80. I thought it was 84.
Nigga,
hold up! Don't do this.
Marty goes to Doc and says, "I need you to take me back to the year 1985." What movie did you two watch?
I thought he said 84.
No one said 84 in that entire movie. Jesus. The fuck did y'all watch?
Why are you getting mad, dog?
No. Eris has good reason.
I have excellent reason for this.
Why do we think it was 84?
Why the fuck did y'all think it was 84?
Dude, why are you doing it? It ain't that serious. I was just saying, it's like, dog, I could have sworn it was 84. It's not a fucking... It's not like we said it took place in 1980, then I would understand, like, oh shit.
This might be a Mandela effect. Nigga, shut the fuck up. I want to see if there is one for this.
I laugh. I'm not even angry at y'all. I'm like legit just laughing like, y'all really thought the shit was 84?
No, I could have sworn it was like, yo, like it took place in 1984.
I don't know. I think, look, all right, first off, Eris, what I'm looking at here, the Mandela effect of this movie was nothing, was actually, what? About when the Libyans showed up. That was the Mandela effect. Everybody else has a different version of that. What me and Chris did was retarded. Why did we say 84?
No, it's just in my head.
Did we say that earlier? And we just kept saying it?
No, but either way, it's.
Listen like this. Did we say that about 2:00 and nobody like corrected us?
I corrected
and we kept going.
Y'all chose violence.
Either way, 84, 85 is still the fucking same. It's
no, it's not.
It's in the ballpark.
There's an importance.
It's in the
about time.
It's the ball. Put it this way. At the end of the day,
and we got the wrong year.
At the end of the day, it's in the ballpark. But the point is that the mayor of Hill Valley.
Chris, like,
when it goes
to the ballpark, IG is going.
Yeah, because it's not like I said, 1980 or something. Then I get it, but like the point is like when Marty goes back.
That's the difference with 1980.
Either which way, it's like when he goes back in time and he's in that diner, and he sits there and says, "Oh, that's right, you're going to be the mayor of Hill Valley." He's like, "Mayor," and you hear the guy that owns the diner say, old man Lou say, "A colored mayor, that'll be the day." And I'm like, that is something a white person in 1955 would say.
Of course.
Makes sense.
And Chris, you could start by sweeping the floor.
Exactly. But today they would try to make it seem as though he's going to stand up to the white man saying it's like, no, you can't do that. Like you got to keep that little moment there intact because it makes sense for that time period. You can't just have him saying, "Oh, fuck you, white man. I'm not going to."
I think it would actually.
You're going to try to have, like, in other words, you're not going to have him. You're not going to have Goldie stand up and do some fucking Denzel Washington, John Q acting, standing up to Luke.
That's what I'm saying. If it was today, I can guarantee you, if it was today, it'll be one of two scenarios, but they're both the same scenario. Like, yeah, that sounds good right there. That sounds good being a mayor right there. Right? And all of a sudden, like, you a mayor, a fucking nigger. It just walk off.
That's some trading places shit right there.
Here's me. As accurate as that is, it's like, Jesus, this is not the movie for this. Or number two, Goldie says this in earshot of Biff Tannen, and it becomes the most unnecessary moment of black pride in the 50s where you don't tell me what to do. I will be mayor one day. It's like, oh, shut up. Oh, God.
Man, this is
like, put it this way, Chris. It's the ish that one black guy who really wants to be white going, yeah. And where any other black person is like, stop writing for us.
Yeah.
Will y'all stop writing for black people? Wow.
Meanwhile, it
feels like it's going to be one of those.
And you watching it this movie, you're fine with it because number one, it's funny, but two, it's accurate because the person would say a colored mayor off rip, and you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. He would say that. Yeah. Cool.
And even later on, one of Christian's favorite lines,
the reefer addict,
is reefer addict. No, actually, no, it ain't. It's actually spook.
No, that was me that said that, correct?
Yeah, spook and reefer addict. And number two, but here's the thing, it works because here you have these white teenagers saying this to black people, and it's like, that's accurate.
As soon as some niggas hopped out there, I like how that 1950s weed cloud hopped out that motherfucker.
And as what white people do when they about to get confronted, hey man, my bad.
Hey, we don't want
I don't want to be trouble with any reefer addicts. I like how
that's some white people bullshit.
No. Like D, we don't want any trouble with reefer addicts. That is clearly 1955 Back to the Future language for we don't want any trouble with niggers and as they run away.
And I'm glad,
because your boys in real life now, like I said, this is why people always go out of hand when it comes to making these movies like this. They make either way too racist or way too. There were none of this 2020 wokeness in that era. They don't do none of that shit. Yeah, and it kills me, man. Right there, where you just said but right there. Only thing I was missing what he said was like, yeah, hey, we don't mess with no reefer addicts, coon, and then run off. That's a white people.
Slope and Karate Kid. Yep,
that's the other one too.
Mm-hmm.
It's accurate for the era, and it catches you off guard the first time.
Mm-hmm. One thing that caught me off guard, it's not really a racial slur, but it is if you're that white. Hey, McFly, listen to me, you freaking Irish bug. I'm like, wow. When white people start breaking out the word Irish before stuff, it's about to get racist. So that told me everything I needed to know about Biff Tannen. He said nigger more than 50 times.
Guys, I've said this multiple times. The fuck is 3D glasses for? That was a style, guys. That was a style in 1950s.
Right.
3D glasses.
Not just a style. Let's also think about this. He really was trying to set a trend here.
Clearly.
Yeah.
And also peep young Billy Zane, by the way.
Yeah, Billy Zane. I'm sorry.
Billy Zane was in this.
I'm gonna keep it real, y'all. Billy Zane, a pretty ass white boy, man. Look at it. He was handsome as hell, man. And he got the matchstick in his mouth like a G.
It's the 50s, man. You can put matchstick and look real as hell.
I need everybody to understand this is 1950s Ansem from Kingdom Hearts.
I know, right?
The 3D glasses is what got me because it's like you try to do it today, it just wouldn't fly, but somehow in the 50s it just works, I guess.
Hey Chris, that's how you know he's the gay one.
Are you sure?
See, in the 50s, you didn't know.
Are you sure?
Hey, Eris, you have to see that. You got to see that cock in 3D. Jesus.
Also, guys.
I'm gonna say my money is homeboy to the right of Biff. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gay.
I mean, come on. He clearly looks like he's been. He clearly looks like he's been to Pound Town at least once.
Also, my man, the 3D goggles, 3D glasses. He's clearly a white person that eventually, when he gets older, says he doesn't see color.
Really, Chris?
Chris, we are not bringing today's sensibilities into this. Can you please stop? We just had a long ass
color.
No,
I don't see color. Don't show up until the early 90s, nigga. Don't do that.
We just had a long.
I just said when he gets older, he says it. I didn't say now.
Okay. No, even still, no. I am keeping today's sensibilities away from all characters and properties associated.
Somebody said,
associated with Back to the Future. Damn it!
For Eric, somebody said that shit in the 80s. It might not have been prevalent, but somebody said it in the 80s.
I don't see color.
Yes.
No. You want to know that? Okay, listen, Chris. The 80s are like the 80s version of I don't see color is everybody's the same to me.
No, you know what?
No,
you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're
now,
right.
Hold on.
Everybody's equal to me.
Actually, Chris, and here's another thing for you. You probably say, but D, what about the rest of them? Shut the fuck up. It's just a way to do it. Back then, it was, hey, I like jazz music.
Was that really the ultimate argument diffuser?
No, I like jazz music. Actually, sorry. I like jazz music was 1950s. Hey, I got a black friend. That was that one.
So our movie has Marty McFly.
I'm sorry, Chris. When you're backed into a corner, hey, I dated a black girl in college.
Yeah. So
we knew each other.
So for those that don't know, Eric Stoltz actually was supposed to be Marty McFly, and there is like B-roll shots of like the back part of Marty McFly that is Eric Stoltz that they kind of sort of used in the movie in a way, because I think Eric Stoltz got the Marlon Wayans thing where he still got paid for the movie even after it came out, kind of thing.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, because he filmed it. Yeah, he filmed. Apparently, what happened was Eric Stoltz filmed. And according to, I forgot the actor that plays Biff, he was saying, yeah, Eric was fine. It's just, there was just something off with the dynamic of like Eric and Doc, you know, just in terms of what they wanted out of Marty McFly.
I think what it was for Eric was he comes off too cool.
Too good of an actor.
Like too good, too cool. They need somebody more. They definitely need somebody more kind of a fresh face.
So they got Mickey J. Fox from off of Family Ties and was like perfect, and they got him to be Marty McFly, and it worked out perfectly.
Okay. You say worked out perfect. I would say that had to have been the most stressful shooting ever because they had to get they had to work around his schedule because while he was doing Family Ties, he was also doing the movie. So, bro, they set up a bed just so he could take a nap in between takes. Anytime he wasn't filming, you know, either one of those shows, he was able to sleep on lot.
Yeah. I feel that that was during Marty McFly. That was during Michael J. Fox's the height of him getting, because remember that he did like Teen Wolf like a year later or something. This motherfucker was hot during that time, man. So it is kind of just like he was rolling, bro.
Tom Wilson, because Tom Wilson also thought what happened because the studio brought him in, right? And Tom was like, "Am I going to get fired? Shit!" And it was like, "Oh, Tom, you're fine. It's just we're bringing in another actor to play Marty." He's like, "Oh, thank God," because he thought he was going to get like shit kicked.
And the thing with Eric Stoltz is like there actually is footage of the scenes that he filmed. Like,
yeah, if you buy the Blu-ray or the DVD, it's like
one of the scenes
in footage.
Like one of the scenes in particular was the freaking
him and Jennifer.
No, not him and Jennifer. It was the one where he first meets George.
Okay, yeah.
And they're in the bar. Like that same shot is so like, to me it's funny because you see Marty's version of it and you see Eric Stoltz's version of it, and I'm like, God, they really did try to play it off, and Eric just comes off too cool to me. He's just too cool.
I mean, I wouldn't say. Look, I don't put cool and Eric Stoltz in the same sentence. So
I'm talking from the way that shot looked. He really had that look like, God, can you stop being cool for a minute? Seriously. It was just that one shot.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, this Marty is too cool. I need Michael J. Fox. You're throwing off the rhythm, bro.
But we get Marty at the beginning, and he's with this girl Jennifer, who if
that's not Elizabeth Shue.
Yeah. I forgot the backstory on why they didn't call old girl back for 2 and 3. But yeah, that's Jennifer. That's the girl that, as the series goes on, that ends up becoming his future wife.
That is Claudia Wells, by the way. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Claudia Wells. We had to get it. I like to get her name right on this one because just real talk, They really didn't call her ass back.
But you kind of like, damn, that's unfortunate. Which, granted,
man, it really is though.
Granted, they did call. I did think it was appreciative of them calling her back for the Back to the Future game. To voice Jennifer, and I was like, oh, that's nice. You called her back instead of getting Elizabeth Shue.
Because Elizabeth Shue, while being mid, got better shit to do with her life. Oh, Elizabeth has been. I say mid in a good way, meaning that she always have constant work. So. Yeah, especially during that time.
I know why. Chris,
Mm-hmm.
I know why she didn't come back.
What happened?
Basically, there was a pilot show that she did for ABC had been picked up, and she was contractually forced to drop out of Back to the Future.
Yeah, back when you got hit for a pilot, you couldn't get out of that shit for nothing. TV contracts were very archaic back then. Once you were locked in on a TV, that was it. Like you couldn't do anything else.
And you see, you saying that actually kind of fucked it up for some people nowadays, where it's like, oh shit, we was gonna have this show built for that person. Well, that person got out of that contract now we gotta get somebody else for the pilot, and now the whole show is fucked.
Yeah,
and then guess who else?
Equivalent exchange, nigga.
Hey, Chris, and guess who else was supposed to play Jennifer? If it wasn't for Claudia Wells, guess who else they had in line?
Who?
Melora Hardin.
That sounds familiar. That sounds familiar.
So Melora Hardin, she did. God, what is she? Oh, she was on The Office. And Monk.
Melora Hardin.
I don't know. I don't know who that is. I thought you were gonna say Laura Dern for a second.
But
no,
I really thought you was gonna say Laura Dern. She was young enough at the time.
Now, one of the subtle things about this movie, and I've seen this movie multiple times, and it wasn't until I got older I started putting the pieces together and stuff. Dee had a rant about Doc Brown and Libya and the plutonium, and what had me rolling was the beginning of the movie has a news report about Libyan terrorists taking plutonium. Now, you don't put anything in mind because movies do that all the time where they always show some shit from the news. But when it hits you when Marty is leaving the thing and you see the plutonium under there, it's like, what the fuck? The fuck?
Yeah. So that whole thing about it was written off as just a clerical error. No, it's right there.
Yeah, it's right there. But then when you get later on when Doc explains, oh yeah, they wanted me to build a bomb and I just gave them some bullshit fucking computer parts in there and just sent it to them and I got the plutonium.
And I've been no. Oh, it wasn't computer parts. It was even more of a fuck you. It was a shell casing with
pinball machine.
Used pinball machine parts.
And in other words, holy shit.
I was thought to myself, that thing probably exploded and shrapnel was ever.
It wasn't shrapnel, it was literally pinball parts.
That's what I'm saying. Flying pinballs like freaking bullets.
He took a case, folks. He took a case of plutonium from terrorists. That is come on, man. It's insane. Especially when he already says he spent a fortune just to get all that, which means he spent the fortune duping terrorists just to get plutonium.
And look. I know
not just duping terrorists. Actually, really, his whole fortune thing goes back even deeper. See, I had mentioned to you guys. So the house, his mansion, when you go back to 1955.
Yeah.
Who would have thought a couple of years later that house burned down completely, and Doc wasn't in his house. He was actually in his garage at the time, which is a completely separate building. And he ended up selling the land to some land developers.
Yeah.
And he made I guess that's where he got his money. He got his money from that.
Yeah.
And of course at that time when he slipped and fell and came up with the idea of time travel, he spent 30 years probably working on other experiments and other inventions, but the majority of that time trying to perfect time travel.
Yep.
30 years.
But he got to, and you're talking about coming out of the Cold War, you find yourself you got your hands on fucking damn plutonium.
That's why D is silent. I get what you're going with, Harris. There is a Walter White style storyline.
Listen,
that is definitely went down with Doc Brown. Now,
I'm with it. I told you that. I'm with it.
Him burning out. Now, I had time to think about it, Harris. Yeah, he burned down that house for the insurance money. He needed to fund it, yada, yada, yada. You know what I mean? That makes sense on the story. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, it was a nefarious reason why that whole place ain't there no more. And I'm just gonna be even more real. Yeah, more real, what makes it more real, and this is how I know Doc has been doing this for years. We said, oh, he was working with the Libyans. Oh, you thought that was the first thing he made for the Libyans? Oh no! I think since the Cold War began, he kept on getting the Russian niggas. So, Mr. Brown, you going to make bomb for us? Yes, I make bomb. Give me time. Like, I think he got into some Rick Sanchez in it for the last 30 years trying to get this
he got into some shit.
Time machine going down, bro.
I still say that the 30 years that he spent trying to perfect time travel was definitely time well spent, because like the money he was, I'm pretty sure whatever money he was getting.
Story with him in Mexico.
Whoa!
Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure D that there is a pilot of Narcos that didn't get made with Doc Brown.
Harris, listen to me. All y'all need to know, he got the lead casing for the DeLorean, so he can put the he got the funding for it. That's all y'all need to know.
I'll say this. Now, what got me, the beginning of this movie, it is because Marty gets a call from Doc Brown, tells him not to use the amplifier, which Marty used. Damn, I used it, right? So Doc, again, the
comedical speaker, yes.
Which Doc, being the crazy person he is, apparently he set all the clocks synchronized at 25 minutes ahead, late, and they all synchronized. He's like, 25 minutes, like, fuck, I'm late. And Marty, all of a sudden, we get the Power of Love montage. What got me, again, us being born in the 80s and stuff, the old school Burger King, Doc Brown apparently eating Whoppers inside the fucking lab and shit while he was doing work is trash.
I don't know why.
Because again, that was actually his, it was his garage, but it just shows you how much time has passed.
Yeah.
Because his garage is next door, literally next door to a Burger King.
And the thing of it is, I think D, you mentioned it about there's not that much black people in the movie, but it's fine because it's like I've driven across the country. I've seen towns like Hill Valley where it's like, yeah, this is like a middle America fucking town. You might get maybe 2-3 black folks, but that's fine.
You weren't going to get we talked about it before. Diversity is not having black people in the middle of fucking Boise, Idaho.
Yeah,
it's black people being there when we need to be there. When there needs to be something peppered in there. When it's obviously a black neighborhood and it's not black, y'all make it you have to have some type of diversity there. And Hill Valley,
I've driven through a Hill Valley. It's like,
that's Hill Valley. Normal. Make it what it is. There's like 4 or 6 black people there, and trust me, their quality of life is questionable. So that's all you need to know.
Me being a kid,
1985 Hill Valley is a 1985 Dunkirk minus the racism. About 95% less racist.
I feel like it's like a regular city in Jersey, except it's in California, and you know what I mean, the racism that there is racism that there. It ain't like a big thing or nothing like that. There's only 14 black people there. It ain't like it's
But Marty's thing, me as a kid that rollerbladed and skateboarded and stuff, I like the whole montage of Marty grabbing on each vehicles because this shit here, this man's like
hey, real talk,
grabbing my car.
Real talk, Chris. Damn it, I want that Mountain Dew dad hat.
Have fun with that. I don't.
I didn't say I wanted to wear it. I just wanted to just hanging up in the background.
That's a collector's hat.
That is a collector's hat.
But I like how he just looked at Marty like, this motherfucker's grabbing my damn Jeep. Fine.
No. Actually, I see him looking at it right now. God damn it, this is the 5th time this week.
I know, right?
Why do I keep driving this block?
Now, I'll say this. I've done that one time. That's scary as shit. Because the car going 25 miles an hour and you want to skateboard, that's scary as shit. People think 25 miles an hour ain't that fast. Nah, motherfucker. You want to skateboard going 25? That's scary.
You want to skateboard holding onto the back of a vehicle.
Oh, that's scary. That's scary as shit. Don't let driving a car 25 miles fool you. It's way different than operating a skateboard at 25 miles an hour.
Being on the hood of a car going 20 miles per hour is the scariest thing I've ever done in my life.
Fucking was it? Fucking
this nigga goes riding whips and shit.
The fuck is the name of that damn Quentin Tarantino movie where they did them chicks did that shit?
I don't know.
Death Proof. Fucking Death Proof.
I don't know. I just feel as though I'm not like that one fat nigga that was doing a video and he sat on the fucking hood and smashed the whole.
Oh, God. D, you're talking about the Ghost Ride the Whip era?
That's what I said.
I don't know if it's a Ghost Rider whip era, but it was some nigga. He was like, yeah, that dude hit the brake and he like whipped back and busted the whole windshield.
Oh, no, the Ghost Ride, folks, you
I know the Ghost Rider whip old thing. Nigga, I'll live with you. Come on, man. We got people on the we got fans for the West Coast. They seen niggas hyphy before and run right into a McDonald's. We seen it.
I'm talking about the guy that's in the neighborhood doing Ghost Rider whip and then all of a sudden almost crashes in front of a house into a house.
I would love to see a nigga Ghost Ride the whip and literally like hit somebody like, yeah, oh shit.
Oh shit, this blood.
I know it's terrible, but that would be here to see so they get hit by the car, not like hit like oh shit.
So guys, I gotta say this. Mr. Strickland, he reminds me of some teachers that we went to that we had at Surrattsville that clearly had been at Surrattsville since like the 1970s and shit.
He just never left.
This is him in 1985.
That's his life.
This is Mr. Strickland in 1955.
Bruh.
I see no difference. How?
Hey, Chris, he never left.
That's a dude.
He never retired.
That's a dude who got back home. He got back home from the Korean War. And he said, no, I want to be an educator. That's what he was. That's all we can say.
The fact that he reads Marty for filth like you're a slacker just like your dad. Like, God damn.
That is effed up. You're going to be a piece of shit just like your daddy. Your daddy wasn't shit. Your brother wasn't shit.
Gentlemen, it is the mother of all insults. No McFly ever has amounted to anything.
Bro, Marty was all like, yeah, I'm gonna make history.
Like, listen, when you hear that, when you hear somebody say no one in your entire family, when you put putting your last name out there like that in an insult, no McFly ever amounted to anything.
A flower don't grow in Brooklyn, nigga.
Dog, I'm just saying. No, I gotta be real.
No, when you bring in the family name,
I don't know how you process the rest of your day after that.
Well, you saw Marty respond. Well, I can make history today.
No, see, that's that confidence right there. Confidence of Marty going, history's gonna change. Hold on, wait. History's gonna change. Symbolism.
No, right. I mean, let's be real. Hey, Strickland, calm down. I'm a white guy and I can talk real good. Everything's gonna go my way.
But here's the thing. In typical 1980s, even back in the 80s, it was weird. Society still felt some ways about rock music, and Marty's band, they're the typical white people garage band from the 80s and stuff, like we talked about with Bill and Ted, where it's like you're okay, but like you're not really as great as you say you are.
Actually, I hate to be that person. Mm-hmm. I know that we can say, oh, it's an uptight town and all that time. No. Even though I know that plays into that, Marty is going to do the whole Chuck Berry thing.
Yeah.
But a part of me says, no, that was the 80s being 80s. Oh, we're adults. We don't know how to have fun.
Yeah.
That was such an 80s.
It's trope. Your music is so loud.
You guys are just too loud.
All this art. Mr. McFly, that's not what we call music. That crap, you know what I mean? That's
sliding on your knees is not amusing.
Sir, this is not a concert hall, okay?
So let's talk about Marty's family.
Rick James is not playing before you. I'm not playing after you, Mr. McFly, okay?
Imagine how they react to a black band like one person.
We're not opening for Prince.
Man.
Mr. Revolution. Mr. McFly.
This is after Purple Rain too, ain't it?
After Purple Rain.
Mr. McFly, I have a question. When you woke up this morning, did you watch The Wiz before you walked into school?
First off,
did you watch The Wiz? That's hilarious.
First off, you do that. It reminds me of the earnest impression of the old lady with the neck guard.
Yes, that's actually where I was coming from.
Yeah.
Sorry, what's your mess? No. But me doing that, see, if I do that, you know what I sound like? And still I.
Look. This is
hey, D, tweak it a little. Look, hey, D, tweak it a little bit. Oh, Marcus.
Ooh, man.
I can do Eartha Kitt. Actually, I can do Eartha Kitt's voice without boomerangs later on this year, so I got time to practice.
This is why
I said, all it takes is a slight tweak.
This is why I
all it takes is a slight tweak, and you have to know that you're more sexy than everybody.
See, I can actually do it. I gotta have practice for it.
Let's talk about Mark.
It's real easy to do Eartha Kitt.
So Marty's family, I said it before.
They're a piece of shit. All of them.
No.
His family.
Here's the thing. Number one, it's amazing how Biff Tannen revolves around the make or break of how Marty's family turns out. It's crazy, ain't it? So,
yeah, absolutely.
Yes, I do.
So, here's the thing. Number one, Marty's mom, I'm going to say this right now. He's like all of our parents where they swear they weren't fucking assholes when they were teenagers and shit. And then when you find out his mom is just as much of a fucking sex crazed fucking chick in the 50s.
She was. You couldn't tell at Lorraine back then. Lorraine threw a couple dicks in her mouth where she said that wasn't a good idea.
But the way she sat there and went at Jennifer on some like, I don't know why that girl wanted to call. I'm like, get the hell out of here.
Really what happens is it's what I call good old women's shaming. That's all it is. It's all it is.
1980s women shaming, but no. Here's what I found out. This is what I believe. This is my
language changes, but it's the same shit.
This is my theory. My theory is this. See, jumping ahead real quick. Like when Marty goes back to 1955, and he jumps in the way of his future father and how he met his mother, right?
His dad was a whole ass incel, by the way.
He was. Yeah.
He was. And I hated it. I hate it has to be Crispin Glover, but Crispin Glover's role.
It works.
Always encompassing.
Hold on. Let me get through my theory. So my theory is this. Now if you fast forward to current 1985, and you know that his mom pretty much does whatever the fuck she wants.
Oh yeah.
You look back to the 50s. Had Marty never intervened, and she got together with George being the absolute doormat that he was back then, and all the way up to 85, she was able to do whatever the hell she wanted. He never questioned her about her drinking, never questioned her about smoking. Never questioned anything. He just let everything go, which is why she in turn let herself go.
Made it.
What I believe is when the moment Marty got into that position, that's when he knows, okay, look, stop, don't drink, okay? You're gonna regret it later in life, maybe. Just don't do it.
Like how she said, sounds like my mom.
No, it was the spit take. The spit take after she pulled out the cigarette and started smoking, and she's like, oh my God, Jesus, you smoke too? No, don't do any of this. And that's what started to change, because had George had an ounce of that, 10 toes down this against Lorraine, there would have been some changes. So
yeah.
Thank you, Marty. Yes, D. Yes.
D.
Okay. My theory is a very quick theory. Lorraine was fucking Biff for years.
There's a possibility because the way Biff looks at Marty.
There's no way you can get around that.
Do you see the look that Biff sits there and looks at Marty like, tell your mom I said hi.
Wait. Hold on. Because seeing how Biff kept trying to get some in 1955. Here's what I'm thinking. She probably did fuck him, but it was terrible.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh no,
it was one time, and it was like
I'm going all for it. Real life. Biff actually raped her. She settled for George.
Did you see the way he attacked her in the car?
Oh yeah, no, Biff straight up raped her. And I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna keep it even more of a buck. That wasn't the first and the last time that happened between that 1985 that happened. Okay. Hold on, and I ain't done yet for this. I'm really not done yet for this. A part of me wanted this. I knew it wasn't gonna happen because the movie. Come on, man. This is PG-13. We ain't going to all that shit.
Yeah, we ain't going that
fine. But this is what D wanted. Hey, Doc, I got a question. Me and my sister are back, but why my older brother isn't back? Anyway, That's That's why I
wait.
said. That's why
How
I brought
far
up
back
the whole.
How far back did you go, Marty?
No. Hey, Doc, wait a minute. Are you trying to tell me that my older brother is Biff's son?
That would be a hell of a catch. But okay, so this goes back to Marty's
Look,
dad.
look, right there. See, we all worried about Marty trying to bust his mama down. His mama.
Now, if I'm gonna say on a scale where his dad was a solid 5. He wasn't necessarily like a womanizer, but he was a peeping Tom like a motherfucker. He was up in them trees, just like. There might be something to this.
I'm offended. I'm offended for Pinky. But good Lord, if you are not right. Because I can imagine Myra doing this, Eric.
D.
Comedy.
D. You know how validated I am about Pinky and my assessment of her.
Look,
when
Chris,
when I saw another black woman sit there and say what happened, and it showed small Pinky and Pinky now, and I was like, "Thank you, I feel validated now." Thank you.
And hold up, hey man, to answer your question, no, they weren't missing.
Yeah, they weren't missing. They weren't missing. It was like in 2 when we get alternate there. Biff was like, "I sent your brother and sister." What do you say? He sent his brother off somewhere or whatever.
Somewhere like military camp. I think
yeah, military camp, military academy and shit. So they still exist.
Like a horse.
The only thing he did was just take the blicky to Marty's dad and was like, "All right, good job," bam, and shot his ass.
And phoned the police afterwards.
So here's my thing. And second of all,
hold on. At that point,
hold on. And second of all, Eric, first of all, Chris, you'll still bust down Pinky. Number 2, yes, you would. I know what you like,
yes,
nigga. I know what you like. Anyway,
yes,
I know what you like. She'll break. Hey, Chris, I know what you like. She'll break out the 10, and you be like, "Shit, I gotta stay now."
Maybe a couple shots. You might be right.
Eric, she flipped them Nikes off. It's Chris. Fuck, they look good. Fuck, now I gotta stay.
But nah, his dad.
Anyway, no. But here's the thing about no. You said Marty's dad was a 5. What do you mean by a 5?
But I say like, well, because somebody said on a scale of like, what's the scale of Marty's dad be? And so I'm like, he's in the middle.
No.
He's in the middle.
No.
I think he's on the lower end.
You know what? You know what? I hate.
He's a.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. No, that's what I'm saying. The more and more I'm trying to make it. Oh no, he's the worst thing in the world. I'm starting to realize. That's what I'm saying. I'm starting to realize how fucking pathetic he is. Yeah. He's a beta male sexist. He's not. Yeah. He's not going to do shit.
Yeah, he's beta male.
That's what I'm saying. Beta male sexists are 5 on down. So yeah. You're kind of right on that. You're right. Yeah, I can't get
George McFly before the change. He is literally what happens when you take all the venom out of a snake. It's just a belt at that.
Like he oozes at women, but he ain't gonna do anything. Like I'm gonna put my hands on him or any of that shit. He just oozes at women.
And I know what somebody said.
I won't talk to a woman, let alone put my hands on one.
Now, somebody, hey D, yes. Now, if Lorraine was busy fucking Biff, what was George doing? Masturbating. What he's like this to them? I would hope.
Funniest shit.
Oh, you know what I mean by that. It's 1980s. No. There's no internet.
Funniest shit ever, though. But the funniest shit ever is Lorraine's dad saying, "Honey, another guy fell out the tree in front of my car."
No. He said another kid jumped in front of the car. Then I fall out the tree. Now, if
you might as well say it is.
No, hold on, Chris. Hey, Chris. Now, if another kid fell out that tree in front of you like that, you need to tell your daughter to take her clothes off away from the window. But number 2. That ain't the first time he hit a kid with his car.
Oh, man.
No. Because when he said another one of these damn kids jumped in front of my car, I'm like,
that is not
how many times
he hit a kid?
I'm like, how many times has this happened?
Dude ain't paying attention, just bam. I'm like, oh shit.
So Marty
But hold on, back up for a second, because I got ahead here because we were just talking about this family. His brother works at a fast food place, and his sister, I don't know what the fuck she does. She's like Tommy from Martin, but I don't know what the fuck she does.
No one knows.
So no one knows. But like Biff is an asshole.
What do 19-year-old cat girls do in the 1980s? I don't know what it is. Watch Silver Spoons. I don't know what they did.
Marty's mom knows how to cook some.
She's
Betty
a
Crocker.
library girl. She's a book girl. I guess I don't know.
Marty's mom can make a mean Betty Crocker cake because they made a cake for their uncle. It's Betty Crocker. That's why I'm saying I'm taking the piss out of it because anybody can cook Betty Crocker.
Chris. Anybody can make Betty Crocker.
That's what I'm saying.
Hold on. The word "good" is what you want to imply in. You see?
Chris, do not get confused. Do not get confused by the cake being good. First of all, that was icing on the top.
She could have burnt it. She probably burnt the cake. So
surrounded by the freaking baking tray.
She could have burnt it. She could have burnt it.
And not only that, we didn't see nobody take a slice to any of that.
Also, Lorraine did have a whole ass fucking Virginia Slim in her mouth the whole entire time at that day. So I'm pretty sure you're like, this cake good. Here's you, a cigarette ash. I'm just gonna ignore that was cigarette ash.
It's like we were this close. You
gotta do this little move where you gotta try to move your tongue around it and just swallow it real quick.
I will give points.
Love you, Lorraine. That was good, baby.
I will give points to the artistry of
the bird.
The bird leaving the cage. An actual jail cell.
And this is where D has to say this and say this about all the stuff that we have been praising so far. I love you so much, Mrs. Zemeckis. It's little shit like the bird leaving the cage. This is what I talk about. Oh, I love it.
Your brother is named Jailbird Joey.
Yep.
If you notice anything about 3 Black Geeks, when we get to talk about certain directors, we actually talk about them being very passionate. And we talked about this before coming on. It took me a while to really understand where George Lucas was coming from because I thought George Lucas was a dumbass and didn't let nobody proofread his shit. But then I started really thinking, he was like, no, if I make the movies the way I want to, I'm not going to let no studio come in here and tell me what to do. No, that's my story. No, we want to change this. You change that, you want to change the whole story, and I ain't going to fucking want it. No, don't do it. There's a reason why he gatekeeped a lot of his shit. And it took me a while to figure that out. Like, I understand it. So that's why you have certain directors like Zemeckis. They'll take a while. When Zemeckis feel like directing, it takes them about 2 years to make a movie. But when Cameron makes a movie, he's taking George Cameron, this whole decade to make Avatar? Like, seriously. When there is directors that have real care for their shit, it will take them years. It will take them years. It will take them time. But that's the thing that studios don't do. They don't give you the budget. They don't give you the time to put out these movies. Now, here's the shitty thing. A lot of people our age love saying they don't make movies like they do in the 80s and where they took all this time to do all this shit and all the rest of that. You know what directors of that time said? Nigga, do you know how hard it was for me to put that out for you?
Because
they've been doing this since the 70s. Studios come in, change that. Nobody likes that person. Bring this person in. Take that out the movie.
But the thing of it is, when we look back, because I think when we look back at the movies in the 80s, they still had a level of purity to them. So we didn't see all the struggles that they had to do that because we see the purity of it and stuff. But I think
the freaking muscle power that it took. Who did fucking Gremlins? I forgot who did Gremlins.
I think it's Zemeckis too.
Nah, that wasn't Zemeckis. That was God, I forgot that we talked about him, but sometimes
not Bob Gale, no,
not that, but whoever made it. But we talked about how he wanted the Gremlins look a certain way and this on there, and they went over budget, but he was like, "Fuck that shit. We got to make sure this look good." Because these directors see something that the studios don't, and what happened was, especially in the 90s, that's when it really started. You started seeing studios is like, yeah. You look, what you're saying is nice. Shut the fuck up. Hey, you, Emmerich, can you do what he do?
Joe Dante.
You do it? It's like this. Joe Dante, thank you. Because Joe Dante was like, he fought Warner Brothers for all the crap he did. And look, that's what it's like, yeah, that sounds stupid. Hey, you, Emmerich, can you make something loud and bangy? Good. And it's going to make more money than his movie? Good. Get the fuck out of my office.
Hey,
that's what happened.
So since you mentioned Cameron with Avatar and the fact that it took him so long to make it and all that, you want to know one of the reasons why it took him so long to make it? He was still haunted by being involved in Piranha 2. Oh yeah.
Is that a joke or that's real?
No, that's real. Piranha 2, the flying piranha. To this day, he still wishes that his name was taken off of that.
You're punking me right now. I don't even want to know.
Not.
I feel you're
Hand to
punking me right
God.
now.
Hand to God.
That sounds like some Hollywood BS.
It really does. I'm like, yo, Aaron. I was like, yo, Tsunami. I was like, you're fucking with me right now. You just made that shit up off the dome right now.
That sounds like
I am not fucking with
Hollywood
y'all.
BS.
I will promise you. I will promise you.
All right.
Cameron.
All it takes a lot of these directors one time for you to walk under their shit. Because remember how George Lucas was about to put everybody in an arm lock? An arm lock for Phantom Menace. Yeah.
No, but this is what was so bad. Like for Cameron, we'll go back to Back to the Future in a second. I got to tell y'all this. So he was tasked with doing Piranha 2, and midway through the filmmaking, he got booted out. But his name was still attached to it. He went to an early screening with the director who made it, which he also had beef with. And he said this was the worst thing he's ever seen in his life. And the fact that his name is still attached to it pisses him off to this day.
All that joke.
See?
It's still on it. That movie didn't make no money. Sony ain't shit. I mean, Sony Columbia ain't shit.
Which is ironic because at least the remake Piranha 3D or whatever made money. So that's ironic.
No, that's
like I said, I was not fucking listen, I was not fucking with y'all. Like
he
had a hand in Piranha 2.
I think the whole
pun intended, a hand in Piranha 2.
But the whole
there you go again with these puns.
But here's the thing. Number one, I have to point this out because me as a kid, I kind of sort of slept like this, and I often question like what made us as kids sleep like this, shit like this.
No,
who does? I did this. I ain't gonna lie.
That right there.
I don't know what's your problem.
That right there. It looks uncomfortable, but at the same time,
it's comfortable.
It's comfortable.
I've slept like that before, and then it's like you wake up and like, what the fuck? Why is my arm hurt? Like man,
you ever wake up like
literally this? It's literally the Family Guy crumple state.
I know. It's like, D, did you sleep like that? No. Why? Because I'm not a psychopath that fights people in my sleep.
Yo, look, number one, I've slept
yes, we have all woke up. What the fuck am I upside down? But when you got like an arm over here and it's like this, it's like what happened before you went into that bed?
I have
wake up, your sock missing.
I have slept with my clothes on, and it's because like I came from a party. I came in, and in my head, I was like, I'm gonna lay down for like a couple minutes and then get up and take a shower and then go to bed. And then it turned out that didn't fucking happen.
Nope.
And I just wake up like, the fuck, I still got the fuck? That's Marty right there, because when Doc calls him, Marty, were you asleep? No, Doc, I wasn't asleep. No, I wasn't.
Funniest thing that ever happened to me happened in that situation. The only time this ever happened to me when I fell asleep. I woke up, ass in the air, like I'm ready for somebody. And I was like this. What the hell? I woke up like, what the fuck? Hello? Nah, nigga. What's up, man? Straight myself out like they're gonna see me.
Now the whole setup of them going to Twin Pines Mall, because that's where Doc Brown and them is setting up Twin Pines Mall, which joke when Marty goes back to the future, it's Pine Mall. Was it?
No. He went back when he goes back to 1955. He crashes into the barn of Old Man Peabody, who then when he drives away, he knocks down one of the pine trees. So because of that one pine tree being knocked down from the twin pine trees, it's no longer called the Twin Pines Mall. It's just Lone Pine Mall.
Lone Pine Mall. It's like a little subtle thing that you don't notice, but
it's one of those things.
I thought it was
real quick. Mr. Peabody, played by a man I don't know his name. All I know him is the grandfather that was on the first Silent Night, Deadly Night. That was so unfucking unsettling. He like his grandfather didn't say nothing. He just turned to him. Why? Like Santa Claus.
Oh, Will Hare.
Boy, he's scared the living shit out of that kid. Yeah, I'll grow up to wear a Santa Claus suit and kill everybody too. Don't blame you on that one, man.
Which ironic enough, I believe, and this is where it gets a little tricky here. No, it's not. Never mind. Because you know what I thought it was? I thought he came back as the drunk guy that Marty bumped into.
No.
And he's like, "What are you?" I thought that was him. And I was
first
like,
of
"No,
all,
that's
that
not
was
him."
Fred.
Okay,
Dude's name is Fred.
Okay. But anyways,
name, sir.
But I think the one thing about this imagery, though,
drivers.
The thing about this imagery is this. It reminds me. It reminds me so much of Landover Mall. Landover Mall had the same setup, just like this.
Hey, shout out
JC Penney's.
Hey, Chris.
That shit,
Chris. Landover or Landmark?
No, Landover Mall.
It don't matter. Serious. It don't matter for me because that looks like malls of the 80s period to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to say this: shout out to the whole team down there over at Zemeckis Productions for taking the hoses to the streets to make it all shiny and wet like that.
Yeah, because here's the thing: if you they still do it today. If you're a kid of that time period and stuff, and even now, a lot of those shopping centers they hire out people to actually spray the shits down because otherwise, them shits is dirty than the motherfucker.
Yes, they are. But that's back in the 80s where they did it all the time.
But here's the thing too:
it's also the cheapest way to get reflection.
But here's the thing
it's better for lighting too. Yes.
But folks, look over in the left corner. That's a photo booth. That's where you can actually get films developed. That's how old this shit is.
Bro,
those things were a thing up until what year? Like maybe mid-90s they stopped.
Hey Chris, did you like how there's a sign on it that says film sale?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know the best one for me?
There was a sale on film.
You know the best thing for me is though you showed the JC Penney. Let's put a timestamp on this. Hey y'all, get a good look at it. They leaving. Get a good look at them. JC ain't about to be here in the next 10 years.
I wish we had the shot. No, I wish we had the shot of them of Marty when he was coming down the hill right before he gets to the mall, because behind him is the one store I think is going to outlive all of them, Ross.
I mean, Ross is going to be around because it's clothing kind of like it's kind of like the Kohl's. It is. Still kick around.
I hate this for what somebody said. Ross drip for less. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Hold on. I'm like this. Shut the fuck up. You goddamn right. I'll go in there for $50 and come out with something nice. look. You come out like ain't name brand. Nah, it look good though. I know, right?
Listen. Hold on. All right. Listen. To tell y'all the secret. Chris, you know them Street Fighter shirts that I got?
Here we go.
Got them at Ross.
Yeah, of course.
$5.
They're not. They got in the same game as JCPenney's and Hex and all these other places and stuff. They got in the nerd T-shirt game.
Shout outs to Capcom and their I would say their what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for here? Capcom and them being very lax on their license.
Relax.
No, it's a lot of companies. Marvel too, DC too. They'll hoard themselves out to Walmart and all these other places. Throw a character on a T-shirt, even though the T-shirt isn't that good. It's like, all right, kids are gonna eat it up because it's Batman.
I hate how accurate this is.
True. Yeah.
Look, man.
Yeah.
Look,
you're trying to smash on a date what you want to see.
But there's subtlety in this whole scene with Marty and
Doc Brown real quick. And I'm sorry to say this. I wanted to say this before we go. Now, I know we just talked about Ross and all that. I will be forever wrong if I don't mention this. Only people in Maryland, DC, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, New York City, Ohio, Michigan, and Illinois will get this. I know that we don't like talking about it, but it saved lives. 4 more meals. Don't act like it hasn't. Nigga, half of my wardrobe came from there. So let's not
Mills, Burlington Coat Factory.
Oh, as a nigga that go to Burlington, it's like this. Hey D, when you get the motherfucking where you get the Air Forces? You wouldn't even believe me.
You'd be surprised. Hold on, you'd be surprised how much a Ross, a Burlington Coat Factory would surprisingly have some heat.
There's an episode,
and always look, and it's always you be ready to leave, and all of a sudden, TJ / Marshall be like, "Hey nigga, come on real quick. I know you about to leave. I know you don't want all this nice shit. This nice shit I got, nigga. I want none of your shit. You want these Nikes though? Ooh, yeah. How much you for? $25. You want them right, don't you? You want them right, my nigga? Yeah.
Now, here's the thing.
What does TJ Maxx do with the money, D? Give it to cocaine.
D, I gotta. This is a horrible idea that's coming to my brain right now. In 20 years from today, oh God, here it comes. Ross, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Burlington Coat Factory plus Alpha.
No. It's just it's just the JCPenney, Marshalls, Starbucks Max. Okay, let's not.
No, JCPenney's gonna be gone.
No, I think JCPenney is done.
And Ross
is getting there. It's getting to the point. I think they're done.
Ross is just gonna absorb everything that's left. Marshalls, TJ Maxx. All of it is just going to get absorbed by Ross.
It is funny how these brick and mortar stores are really they're just not, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them are just not feasible.
JCPenney's is going to pivot they're just going to pivot into online. And
I think they all going to pivot into online and just disappear. You know what I mean? But, it'll be Chris, I got you. In name only type shit.
Yeah.
You know, it'll be like, JCPenney. This is not JCPenney. This is just Amazon. Don't do that. You know what I mean? This is so obviously this other company. You're just putting the JCPenney name up there because you scared that the 65-year-olds won't recognize you. Don't do that.
So the dichotomy between
the Zelensky situation. I just want the name on the goddamn box.
Basically, that's all it is.
Come on, nobody really cares about that, son. We just want the name.
So Doc Brown, the way he just went,
places.
they go through. Doc Brown goes through the whole process with he uses DeLorean to put the dog through time, jump 1 minute ahead, and all that and stuff. And Marty's first reaction is like, well, why do you use a DeLorean? Well, I just figured if I want to make a time machine, might as well make it stylish. DeLorean. Now, I just want to point something out, guys. The DeLorean in the 80s, it got a huge boost because of this movie. But as a car, it was not that good.
John DeLorean he did not build a good car. Not at all. It was just style. It was just
stylish,
style
and that's
points.
it. It was not even. It wasn't that fast. I mean, the doors go up like this, so it wasn't like where the fuck you gonna park the shit at.
I would have you I have all y'all understand that this car was only around for a year.
It was carbon fiber, which which is abnormal for any sort of vehicle to have.
Hey, son, come over here. Let me tell you about the time the American Motor Company was a part of the workforce. Yes, John DeLorean was the last great bastion of hope for that company.
Let me tell you how hype I was over the DeLorean being in Gran Turismo 4. That's how hype I was. I was like, it is a model of the 80s. And I remember when Gran Turismo was like, we got the DeLorean in it. I was like, yeah. And then I bought the DeLorean in the game, and I'm like, this car is not that great.
I don't know which one it was. I think it was Gran Turismo, whatever. It was the one with the PlayStation 2. It was the first one that got. I think that was 3. But the DeLorean was in it. Oh my God, I forgot how much it cost, but the cost. I got it. This bitch is slow. What do you mean I can't get over 100 miles per hour?
None of y'all didn't pay attention to freaking Stan Smith.
No, that was years later.
That's what I'm saying. This is years later. I'm just saying this is pre-American Dad, like Gran Turismo. That's when the realization kicked in. Like, this car is not that good,
I love that. All that. Come on, Dad. We're gonna get up to 88 miles per hour.
Oh my God, you did see the movie. No, I mean, I really have to get this up to 88 miles per hour. Not very powerful, this car.
Not a very powerful
That's
car.
why I look at people sideways.
I was lied to. Somebody said, yeah, man, all you gotta do is blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up. Ain't nobody about to do that to a DeLorean.
That's why I severely question anybody that says their favorite 80s car is the DeLorean and not the Knight Rider Firebird car. I'm like, what is your problem? Why would you not want to get the Firebird?
Fuck you. I don't want neither of them, man. Give me a look. I don't want neither of them. Give me Rocky's junk over Rocky 4, nigga.
Give me the Firebird. I love that car, man.
You know the other thing that also killed that car?
What?
The fact that the country went into a whole ass recession.
Boy, that was right at the peak of the recession. That was right when the
car was not. First of all, the car wasn't going to survive regardless, but that recession was like the nail in the coffin.
See, that was the funny thing about the DeLorean. It was one of the many cars that was out that was going to look. We understand, but this is going to revitalize the American car industry, and a bunch of people closed down after that shit. Yo, I feel like GM was like, "Yeah, I told y'all niggas quit fucking around."
And you know what's what's funny is that apparently DeLorean is trying to come back with an electrical vehicle.
I get. Look again. Here's the stupid
thing. Two things. Well, one out of two things have to happen. Tesla already killed the truck, the Cybertruck. That's dead in the water. So DeLorean, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. Can you please give us some hope with some cybernetic shit?
I don't know what you could do with an electric car DeLorean other than it being another gimmicky. Oh, it's not carbon fiber anymore. All right, cool, but what else you got?
I feel like the only thing they can do is make another Tesla. That's all you can do at this point is make a Tesla.
Chris, put it this way. What they could do is actually come through on an idea. See, Tesla was kept kicking around that old peanut of the Cybertruck for a year?
2 years.
Like for 2 years, and then it just dropped dead. We didn't even see a damn production.
Nobody wants a bullshit fucking damn Cybertruck. That's why.
Hey,
I don't think the country's ready for it yet. I don't think nobody wants it yet.
No. All the scumbag YouTubers wanted it.
Fuck them.
But anyways, when Doc Brown
shouldn't be allowed to drive.
What I love about he tells Marty all this, right? And I like how Marty was like, hold on. Are you telling me this is a nuclear powered car? He's like, no, not nuclear power. This actually runs on gas. I just need the plutonium to get the 1.7.
I got you, Chris. First of all, he asked him, "You mean to tell me that this sucker is nuclear?" He says, No. First of all, this car is electric, but I needed the plutonium to generate the 1.21 gigawatts of electricity. Then when he mentioned the plutonium, he said, "Wait, hold on. You can't just walk into a freaking store and just get plutonium. Did you rip this off?" That's what he did. No. He says, "Listen, I got the plutonium through Libyan nationalists. All right, they wanted me to build them a bomb. I said I'll do it, and what I did was I just took the plutonium and just built them a freaking bomb casing with used pinball parts."
Did you catch the subtlety of how he just told this story and he just looks over like, "Huh, that did happen, didn't it?" Anyways,
see, Chris, and it also plays into the idea where you notice how it sounds like Doc is definitely looking over his shoulder, like first of all, he calls him. When he calls Marty, he's like, "Marty, thank God I got a hold of you. Listen,
bring my camera
because I need you to bring my camera and come and meet me at the Twin Pines Mall at 1:00 in the morning." And
1:15.
1:15. Yeah, we got to specify. Keep time, everything correct. At 1:15 a.m. And he agrees, right? But then when he runs into him again, first of all, the biggest dead giveaway should have been, bro, you just saw Doc in a whole radiation suit.
It plays into the mad doctor thing, so I don't think Marty questioned it until
he questioned it when he saw him. He was like, Doc, is that a Devo suit?" And he's like, "Never mind that, Marty." So he really didn't try to question
what got me though
plutonium until he actually did tell him that he had plutonium.
I think what got me though is that I love how when Doc, Marty is like, videotaping Doc saying, recording him going in time and stuff, and he's like, I got to bring the plutonium. It's going to be a one-way trip. And I like how he just looks over and just sees that fucking Volkswagen Bug just kind of creep up, no lights. And he's like, shit. Like, they found me.
I don't know how they found me.
They found me.
I don't know how they did, but they found me. Run for it, Marty.
This motherfucker said, "I'll cover you," brings out the fucking 6-shooter and no bullets. Is like, the fuck?
That was too good.
And gets lit up by the fucking AK. Now, these are typical 80s terrorists and shit, because when they go to shoot Marty, click, click, click.
I love how they
goddamn Russian guns.
Damn Soviet guns.
So Marty gets in the car, and movies tend to do this, so I never really complain about how, like, when you get a guy that shoots at a car and the bullets just bounce off of it, I was like, okay, first of all, there's no way bullets would have bounced off that DeLorean, but fine, we'll let it go because it's the movie, you know.
Second of all, why are you going to shoot at something that's literally running on plutonium?
They don't know that.
See, I would assume that they do.
Nah, they just know Doc. They just know Doc stole the plutonium, and that's it.
Well, hold on. No, see, because remember when they rolled up on him and they actually shot him? The freaking crate of plutonium was right there next to him.
No, but I'm just saying though, they didn't know it was in the car so much as that they just knew he stole it.
Okay, I'll give you that.
So they probably didn't know it was that. But what had me rolling is like the whole time Marty, when he's shifting, he accidentally hits the thing, and I forgot. I was like, that's right, because he put the fucking knob for the time machine right there with the shifter
hit the time circuit button.
Yeah, time circuit button by accident because he shifted. So I like how Marty was like, yeah, let's see these guys try to get this at 90 miles an hour, and then you play the and it's like not even realizing, yeah, dog, if you go 90 miles an hour, you're gonna go back. Sure enough, Marty goes basically, he goes back in time and stuff now. Yeah. Which in and of itself, there's a bit of a funny discrepancy. I'm going to call it discrepancy. When they initially get to the scene, the fire is underneath their legs, right? Yep. But then they show this, and I'm like, so the fire just, all right, whatever. It's fine. But it's a nice shot though.
Yeah, it clearly blew. Like they still had plenty of fire in front of them as well as behind them, but you cut back and like, oh, so they didn't burn their legs off. Got you. Okay, so, movie.
Now, Marty goes in. Now, what we find out is that when Marty, and this is what I'm saying when I talk about the paradox, when we jump ahead to the end of the movie, when Marty goes back in, he sees himself take the DeLorean and go back in time. We find that the terrorists crash into the fucking thing, and we assume they either died. They didn't show an explosion. I'm like, did they die? The hospital? What happened?
Did they show an explosion when they went
to
the photo?
No,
it just crashed and went on the side. So I'm like, so did they die?
What happened? For some reason, the RPG was still fully intact.
Those Libyans are still looking for Doc Brown.
Also, I just got to point out here, I joked around about how when I was deployed, we had, I dubbed the car that we drove to and from the flight line like a terrorist van. The Volkswagen is the prelude to the Datsun van that we had to drive in. We dubbed it the terrorist van. We were assholes. That's just how it is, man.
No, Chris, that's a terrorist van.
It's a terrorist van. I'm sorry.
Either look. If you have a Volkswagen van and this is in a movie, either y'all
it's the 80s. No, it's the 80s. It's a Volkswagen.
It is the 80s. It is a Volkswagen van. It's one of two things. Either y'all hippies going to an orgy where everybody's going to die, or you are a terrorist. It's one of the two.
And like I said, in the gun in the 90s, they turned to Datsun, which is they have their own set of vans. It's like, oh, you really a terrorist at that point.
I think now the good old Chevy Express is.
Oh, okay.
I think the good old Chevy Express is probably the good old. See this right here? You can put so many children in here.
Hey, Chris. Mm-hmm. So get this. And I'm glad Screen Rant actually ran with this. People did ask the question, what happened to the Libyans? Because we never seen them again in future movies. Now, they did say, still worried that the Libyans still pose a threat. It would just appear that they died in a crash. In that particular crash.
I assumed that those two just represented the last of the Libyan freedom fighters, and
I just like that Gaddafi was like, let him go.
we tried we gave him a shot.
He too far off in America. We don't even know where he at.
Nah, but we got me.
It's it's pretty much ambiguous at that. Like honestly,
think about it though, Eris. Yeah. You Muammar Gaddafi. He's sitting in there. It's 1985. Come on, you big balling. You know what I mean? You sitting there all of a sudden like where that Doc Brown at? Where did Doc Brown do that? The fuck you mean he went back in time?
So Marty's in 1955.
Oh, right? Wait, hold on. I'm not quite finished. So first of all, when they crashed, the van tipped over on the exit door side, so they were stuck in there.
Mm-hmm.
In the novel, when Doc and Marty.
No, you can't bring up novels.
Yes, I am bringing it up.
This ain't a Star Wars. No, you can't.
In the novel, D, let me finish. In the novel, they leave the mall. Police sirens can be heard in the background.
Which that makes sense because it's a white ass town, and
they come over, they find them, get them out, and arrest them.
Here's the thing. Let me make it very clear for y'all. Fuck novels for one reason. They have the better version of the movie.
Well, because the novels, but let's be real, the novels is the novels are essentially the script. But they just managed the long form.
Yeah, of course.
But you want to know the best part? You want to know the best part about this? You know, because of Doc's involvement with the Libyans, they could have easily gave information to the cops. But come on, we caught y'all with Soviet machine guns and a whole ass rocket launcher.
Because bear in mind,
we got everything we need. Y'all are done.
Hey, Eris, you're taking it too far. It's 1985. The second they came out the van, Durker, they would have shot them dead. Let's not even.
Because you gotta admit, Doc, as soon as he got up and he had the bulletproof vest, was like, all right, Marty, clean this shit up. We gotta get the fuck up out of here.
All right. Check this out. We got like 6 minutes. I timed it. We have
get the plutonium in the car. Get Einstein in the truck.
Einstein, get your ass in the car.
No, but what had me rolling is Marty.
That is so funny. Doc Brown gets up for taking the 50-cent shots, and like, all right, now hurry up. Let's hurry this shit up.
Now, Marty in 1955, we talked about, the whole beginning in 1955 experience. Now, what's interesting about this is that when Marty is sitting with Lorraine's parents.
I'm sorry, what's interesting that D looked, there wasn't one whites only sign anywhere.
Yeah, I know. But
look, granted, it is not Jim Crow. This is California. But no crackers was just a little bit too nice.
It just goes to show you that this is clearly a studio lot.
Well, hold on. No. This is clearly one of those 1950s. We like colored people, but there's only so much we'll let you do in this town.
No, Chris, you got that wrong. There is a one colored person maximum. One colored maximum. But hold on, I got that wrong. I got that mixed up. Sorry. Make that 7 colored maximum because there was a whole black band that played.
Well, also the janitor at Hill Valley High School.
Hey, Chris.
Deleted scene.
Hey, Christopher.
I'm calling it deleted scene.
Listen to me, Christopher. There's a Zoomer that is listening to us that heard what you said and they're offended that you called their grandfather a janitor. Their grandfather could have had any job as a black man in the 1950s.
No, you will put respect on his title and refer to him as custodial technician.
Now, we talk about
my granddad didn't do all that. Yes, he did. Your granddaddy was a janitor. No, my granddad was a janitor. The nigga was a floor tech. It's all good, baby. Look. He was
getting paid. He was getting paid.
Noble work.
He got a pension after he retired.
Hey, Chris. He took that job and moved up when Mayor Goldie came in office.
Yo, what got me
opportunities came for black people.
What got me about, like, we think about the 1950s, right? There's recently with the housing crisis, people, there's always people talking about, houses back in the day cost like $300, and again, if you look at the wages in 1950s, $300 was a lot.
Doc, did you see the Von Braun house, nigga?
I know, but the point is I'm getting to is Lorraine's house, right? Their dad is pulling out the TV. He's like, yeah, I got this baby here. We can eat food and we can watch fucking the honeymooners and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I was sitting back and I was like,
Jack Gleason, yes.
Now I sit back and I'm like, we're a child of the 80s. Some of us were able to watch TV while we were eating and stuff if you were fortunate. You had like a small TV, like we had a small TV in our house.
I didn't have a TV in ours until like the 90s.
Yeah, my folks didn't put, they didn't bring the small TV into the kitchen until like
black people, that's why.
Yeah. We didn't have no TV at the table till like probably after my brother was born, and that's only because my mom would like listen to Oprah or watch the news while she's cooking.
I hated all y'all fancy niggas that could see the TV from the kitchen. Fuck y'all so hard. Anyway.
Nah, the two of y'all thought that my parents was on some fancy shit. Y'all remember the TV that I had the very first time y'all came to my
because that bitch was big.
Yeah, that was big in my shit.
No, it was, but at the same time, it was like a literal piece of furniture because it rotated.
Dude. That's
he had old black people furniture. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
That shit, bro, the shit rotated.
But
I'm sorry, Eris. It could be D. But when furniture rotates, because I am so simple, because when I was a kid, when I saw shit rotate, I thought it was the most ballin' shit in the world.
Here's my thing. R.I.P. Hey, look, let me tell you something. This is how archaic TVs were, because this kind of rolls into Marty's thing, right? I had a 13-inch TV in my room. I thought I was like the greatest kid ever. That was the most archaic shit ever, lugging that shit around, because you're talking the early days of like the Sega Saturn when we were playing that shit, and I lug it to my cousin's place because he only had one TV, so I just lugged my 13 TV. That is the most archaic shit ever.
Look at
this. Hold on. Look at this nigga.
Wait, Chris. This nigga got a handle on his TV. Ooh, y'all rich? Y'all think y'all?
I know, right?
Hey, no, Chris. I got my flashpoint for you. My flashpoint was when I upgraded from my 20. I had like a 20-inch TV in my room, and I got the 27-inch TV from the guest room.
Let me tell you something, folks.
I took the Daewoo TV. I took the Daewoo TV out of my guest room.
Somewhere in America, there is an old school electronic landfill filled with them big ass tube TVs that were like 27, 50 inches.
As a dude that had, look, we just got rid of those TVs. There was a joke there that was actually on American Dad also, where Stan dragged in one of those big ass TVs. He tried lifting up in the field. He was like, "Oh, I don't get the weight distribution." Yo, it's
those things were so front heavy. They were extremely front heavy.
I'll never forget. It was one of the days I was absolutely terrified because I thought I did something stupid. Me and my dad was dragging the big ass TV down to our basement when God, I had to be like 16 when we got that TV. But when we was coming out there, I remember it. Wow! I thought I killed it.
Well, you ever needed an arm day? Grab one of them tube TVs that actually had the built-in handles and just get the lifting.
Shout out to them big ass wood grain televisions. I am so glad we're done with you.
Hold up, that's the one that y'all saw in my parents' living room was that wood grain, the wood grain swivel TV. It was it was a 25-inch TV that swiveled.
As a black man that was raised off of wooden TVs, I hope all y'all burn in hell for the rest of y'all.
Side note, shout out. It actually ties into Back to the Future. My parents had a JVC television, just like Marty McFly had a JVC camera.
Yep.
Now, shout out to Doc Brown and Marty finding a way to hook up that 1980s technology to that probably early 50s TV.
Now, here's the thing.
Shout out. I don't know how you did it, but you did
Marty did what I would have did when he saw The Honeymoon. He was like, oh, shit, I remember that episode because, like, look, you put my ass in, like, the 80s and 90s or some shit. I'd be like, no, or actually put me in the 70s. Oh, shit, I remember that episode of Good Times. What are you talking about? This is a new episode of Good Times. Oh.
See, this is how you make yourself look suspicious when you announce what's about to happen next.
That's
Marty. And I like how Marty mentioned JFK, and the dad was like, "Who the hell is JFK?"
Oh yeah, that was great. He said, "So this is hold on, Maple? No, that's John F. Kennedy." Like, what the hell is John F. Kennedy? I was like, "Wow, this is 1955."
Dude, Lorraine even sat there and said purple underwear. I've never seen purple underwear, which I got to admit. Let me tell you something. There was something, look, before boxer briefs were like invented, we were struggling with tidy whities. We were struggling. If you were a kid, if you were a kid, you lucked out and had superhero underwear. But if you were an adult, teenager, you had tidy whities. Those were archaic times.
And let me tell you, he said those are archaic.
Those are archaic times. Okay. They are.
No, Chris.
I'm thinking like, D, what's your drawing? Hold on, Chris. I'm thinking about the underwear I'm wearing right now. Like, D, they're blue. They're better than white.
No, Chris. Exactly. Chris, let me bring it to like to today's sensibilities. These are unprecedented times.
It really is. It's
Come
like,
on, fellas. Come on, fellas. Do you want your girlfriend seeing all of your skin marks? No, you don't. You want to blend that shit in with the colors on your
I'm sorry.
You know how difficult that is to try to be the cool nigga in some tidy whities?
Hanes broke the mold when they came out with boxer briefs. They changed the game. It was like, yo, whew.
Bro, first of all, every pair of tidy whities got burned the day that them shits came out.
Done.
But this nigga Marty McFly decided to wear some silk drawers.
Calvin Klein.
I hate to be this person. It's the 1980s, and I know a lot of you Zoomers won't understand this, but I know the code. Oh, that means you were gay.
Yo, Lorraine was. Look, let me tell you something. I gotta put up this picture of Lorraine because she's like every horn dog woman ever. Look at this. Look at this.
Wow. No, I am mad.
First of all, that is her making that look. No, yeah, she's making that look to George.
I am mad that George did fuck up on a line, but my man was a G. I'm your, what do you say? I'm your density. I'm your density. She's like, what? I'm your destiny. And the way she said it, she was like, oh my God. So like that was like a big word you just said to me and shit.
Dude, her friend.
Oh my goodness, who? No, look, just like this. That's a big ass word.
First of all, her friend. No, see, hold on. Before anybody gets confused, her friend next to her is going, is this motherfucker serious?
Yeah, I know, right? I'm sorry, Chris. I know you said, hey, look at her friend. No, she looks annoying.
That's what I'm saying. Her friend just looks like
it don't matter what you do. She gonna be on your
which is ironic because her same friend later on after Marty punches Biff, all of a sudden she wants some George McFly, and I'm like, well,
some of that fly.
Yes, it looks like it looks like she could definitely be down with the ism fetish.
I'm sorry. Look, guys, much like how white guys think every white girl is like sexually ready for them at all times. I'm gonna be real with you. Not every white woman wants to sleep with black guys. I know it's a fantasy. I know it's a fantasy with us, but I just got to be honest with you. Ain't no black dude trying to fuck Caroline in the city. Let's not act like we trying to be like old team Leah Thompson, y'all. Let's not. No.
But she was definitely on her son's nuts in this scene though. Definitely.
I felt bad. I felt bad. So bad for Marty in this situation.
This man was put.
This is why.
Hold on. He was put in the most complicated situations.
This is why.
Shout out to Mr. Gale. Shout out to Mr. Zemeckis, because if they went an inch further, this would have been, hey, yo, so Bob, how was the relationship with you and your mama, nigga? It would have been like that. If they would an inch farther with any of this stuff.
This is why I would.
So you want to tell us about how you feel about how your mama looked back in the day? Is there something, Rob? Yeah, man, my mom was fine as shit. You know what I'm saying?
This is why a Back to the Future scenario would never work out for me, because number one, if I go back into the 80s, I'm staying far away from Bowie and Mitchellville because that's my dad's side of the family. They don't need to see my ass. But also, I already know I can spot my mom because I kind of sort of look like her a little bit. So I'm already that's not happening. That ain't happening. Fuck that. Fuck that.
Chris, technically, you know, you can go back over to that Bowie side, right? Pull the Tupac. Let it be a family reunion or family
man, bruh. Do you know how much I'll be spotted? Like, look, here's the sick part.
That's the thing. They won't even recognize you.
Chris, you'll give it away by saying, where's Prince George's County? Where's the Prince George's County Stadium at? You'll give it all away.
It's PG Stadium at. You talking about? It's a farmland over here. What are you talking about?
Chris would be like Chris would probably be like, well, let me go see what's happening over at the Boulevard. The fuck is the Boulevard?
Chris, first off,
why would you still say the Boulevard?
You don't know me so well. I go back to 1984. My ass is going straight to Landover Mall when
you're right, Landover place. Again, my black ass wasn't here.
Sorry. Look, Eris, you have to understand. All right, look, Eris, I get it. You weren't over here until later on, so I will tell you this right now. Landover Mall was what. No, that's because it's mean because Iverson obviously won. So, but put it this way.
It was the place. Everybody around the area went to Landover Mall.
It was a big mall. It was a big mall. And what ended up really ruining it was a combination of the stores leaving the areas and just being honest with you. It really felt like
Pentagon City a little bit.
But it also really felt like developers was trying to lower the price of the land for years around it.
Because once it hit the 90s, but also
they was trying to get the fuck out of there, man.
Actually, D, you know this too. I'm gonna blame a little bit of this on the crack era to a degree because Randall Ramal was a bit rough. It's getting a little bit rough over there.
It was always rough. But you know what? No, PG Plaza was always there since the 80s too. Yeah, it was always there. But here's the one thing I will say, Eric, Chris, and you will probably agree with me. Mm-hmm. What did it in was when fucking Abe Poland said, "No, we're moving back to DC." When the Wizards and everybody moved back to DC and had that empty ass stadium there, and crime just got higher and higher in the area, you notice that they stopped giving a total fuck about Lando. In other words, they did that gentrification bullshit where they start getting all the black people out of the neighborhoods and stuff like that. That's what he did. All the Latinos showed up all over and stopped the whole project dead in its place because they didn't know what to do about the Latinos that were showing up all of a sudden. Then Jack Johnson did the stupid thing by saying, "No, this is going to be a niggas paradise," and he made it a niggas paradise. Hold on. Stole a whole bunch of money from Prince George's County.
Marty, now you might be asking yourself, well, how does Marty get through to his dad after multiple times? Well, this man dresses up back in the suit,
in the freaking hazmat
suit, gets his cassette player, which I had that type of cassette player.
Man had a Walkman.
Walkmans were great.
With an Eddie Van Halen mixtape.
Now, here's the thing. His dad was a deep sleeper because he slipped them bitches on, play. He says like, shit. All of a sudden, he sits there and says, "I am Darth Vader from the planet Vulcan." Now, here's the thing.
Chris!
Now, that could be... Here's the thing. Me being a person that loves Star Trek and Star Wars, that could be a possible time paradox that could have prevented George Lucas.
No. I had another theory. Chris. I believe because of Marty doing that, we will forever be denied the Star Wars, Star Trek crossover.
Now, the only reason why I say Star Wars and Star Trek probably still happen is because he told his dad, keep that shit, don't tell nobody about it. So I have to assume by him not blabbing his mouth about Vulcan and Darth Vader, we still got in that.
I'm an extraterrestrial from the planet Vulcan.
You know what? No. You know what? I think Marty fucked it up because the second he was watching TV and he saw Star Trek in 1966, 10 years later, boy.
Did he sue or just...
No. Do he sue? He can't do shit about it. Because he listened to a kid that was at his school for half a week tell him what to do. Thank you. Tell him what to do.
His dad being his dad, I like how he immediately
this whole movie is a time paradox waiting to happen.
His dad immediately the following day found God. Marty, Darth Vader for the planet Vulcan told me I need to ask Lorraine out. And Marty's like, Marty,
I gotta ask out Lorraine or else he'll melt my brain.
Now, Marty, being the asshole that he is, you can tell he's laughing like, I can't believe he bought that shit.
I don't know. If you really think about it, George McFly in 1955 was a real goober.
But Marty was low-key laughing that his dad bought that shit like that. Like, okay,
that worked. I will be real.
I would not be surprised.
If I did that to my dad, he came back to me, here's me. Go get him, Wayne.
If I did that,
is me shaking my head like my dad is pathetic. I can't believe my dad fell for this. No. I got shot out of that. How did that happen?
Well, Marty was already doing that at the beginning when he Biff punked him, and he was like, "What the fuck, Dad?"
That was and of course that was at the beginning of the movie. You see that again, and you see it again, in 1955. I'm like, oh God, it's been like this for 30-something years.
Marty, you're the only one out of the family that got balls, and your dad didn't. Like, how does this?
Again, like I said, Biff has been having sex with Lorraine for the last 20-some years.
What I believe,
George over there. Hey, Biff, I see you in there with my wife again.
I believe.
Until I get home.
I do believe that. Jesus. First of all, first of all, that line from Marty when he was trying to get George to just think of something to say at that freaking bar. And he's like, say the first thing that's coming to your mind. Nothing's coming to my mind. Jesus, George, it's a wonder I was even born.
Right.
I would have felt the same way, because then, look at that George and just looking at that situation.
He's awkward.
He's extremely awkward.
Yeah.
But then I sat back and I really thought about it as I was watching this movie, and I really wanted to ask the both of you. In fact, I would love to hear all three of y'all's version of your own personal Back to the Future. If you had to go, if you were sent back to the time where your parents met, and you had to go under an alias to get them together because you intervened in their meeting. And again, this is going strictly off of Back to the Future rules. Fuck Terminator, Dragon Ball, Butterfly Effect, all of that shit. We're keeping it strictly Back to the Future rules.
Can I be honest? I just know that my dad's sister introduced my mom and dad because she worked with my mom at this business place. So,
okay.
However that would happen, I've never asked my parents how they hit it off or none of that shit. So I'm only going off pictures and photo albums of them dating and all that stuff. So the only thing I say is, hey, Dad, take her out to King's Dominion.
I'll keep it very short. I'm not going to. I keep it very short. I don't know exactly what I would have to do to make sure they get together and all that. But my parents met each other here in DC at church. It will be fucking adorable. I don't want no parts of this storyline. I don't want to know. I don't want.
It's not enough. It's not enough that I already excommunicate.
Now that being said, Eris, that being said, though, if it is the 80s, I am excited as fucking hell for somebody to put beads in my head so I can look like motherfucking Stevie Wonder, so I can walk around with dreadlocks and not get called out on it. Ooh, that's the one thing. So, I can't walk around with dreadlocks. They think I'm a Rastafarian off the break.
So
that's what I call it, Rastafarian.
Yeah. So out of all three of us, then I do believe I'm the one with the uphill battle here.
I don't know, Eris. It's Germany.
Was your dad DJing and when you met your mom?
Was he?
Oh shit!
Eris,
no
shit. Eris, was it in the thick of the Cold War?
Nigga, they were both on the other side of the Berlin Wall.
Wait a minute, were they on the west side or the east side? Germany.
No, they were in West Germany. That's the West.
The West is.
This is before David Hasselhoff came there and said, "Break down them walls and shit."
Like I said, hold on.
Stop that.
Hold on, and let's understand something else here. See, both of my parents were in the Army when they met. So first of all, knowing my ass, if I'm sitting back in the damn time traveling DeLorean, knowing my ass, I would get
man in Germany. So you are already on the fucking other end of this shit.
No, he wouldn't be that far off.
No, this is the worst part. Hold on, this is the worst part. I would be on the other side of the wall. So I already got to get through. I have to go through hell just to get to the other side.
So you mean to tell me when Doc shot you over there, you shot you over on the east side of the wall.
So
you stuck over there as a black man with all those East Germans who are mad as hell, and they can only take it out on black people. I'm sorry, Eris. I am sorry for that uphill battle. At least with my story, it contains Marion Barry. Yours contains
both of us. Me and D is Marion Barry.
Yours contains a lot of back issues from Nazis. I don't want no part of it.
I believe that would be a deleted scene. But if we were to keep it, if we just were to keep it in the vein of pacing for pacing's sake, boom, put me on the same side as where my parents are. At that point, I gotta come up with a name and I gotta come up with a fake ass social security number just to be in the army because there's no way in hell. Hold on, I gotta go through MEPS, so you know.
Eris, I'm gonna keep it more of a buck.
Shit is gonna be so difficult. This is hold up, dude. This is Metal Gear Solid European extreme difficulty from my ass.
Hey, Eris, here's the worst part, and I hate to be that nigga. Here's you with the binoculars looking at your parents on the dance floor dancing to 99 Luft balloons. Oh, gross. No.
No, here's my thing.
Look, it's like this. All of us, we'll make it through the first kiss, but the second our dads grab any piece of our mom, oh, come on, Pop. Come on, man.
No, see, but this is the thing.
I know, also, yeah, I get it, Eris. We would probably, at that point, stress would have got to you, so you'd have bought into it. That's right, Dad, bang her ass.
No. D, that's what I meant by our own Back to the Future is we intervene with our parents' meeting.
Yeah.
Boy,
but the thing,
I don't want no parts of it.
Yeah.
I don't. Ooh,
I think
I'm just saying it. Listen, you might not want no parts of it, but just imagine if you were put in that situation.
No, you gotta realize my parents met each other at a Pentecostal church. I am not ready for the bullshit of me showing up. Let me tell you something. This is a true story, y'all.
Listen.
This is the true story. No, real quick. This is a true story. You know how hard it's a bit hard for me for one reason. The same church where my parents met each other and fell in love and all the rest of that, when my mama got pregnant, do you know what the pastor said? They need to get rid of me because I'm a demon. That's the hill I gotta climb up.
So guys,
wait, Chris, hold on, Chris. Before you continue, I was just gonna mention. See, the thing that makes it even more difficult for me is over on that side, Chris, because you asked him, was my dad DJing over there? He was. First of all, he was already popular as hell in South Korea at that time. And then coming over to Germany and doing his thing over here, there. Not only that, he was also like the star athlete of the army on the base. So I'm like, what the hell do I do? Like, I just intervened.
Eris, I hate to say this.
It's an uphill battle for me. My dad was the man over there.
That's what I'm saying. It's an uphill battle. You know what the worst part about this, Chris? Eris got to at least sit through a whole week. Hey, yo, Nate, I've been thinking, nigga, Eris is smoking at this point. I've been thinking that, nigga. Maybe you should stop fucking different bitches. Choose one.
Now, here's my thing. I think I talked about.
Hold on. The both of y'all seen my dad's trophies when y'all came to my house. All the damn sports trophies, those are my dad.
So get back to the movie though. I think it shows how much real estate Biff Tannen as a bully in the 50s has, because it seems like Marty's the only one that stands up to his ass.
Because Hill Valley has the same penchant for bullies, like every Stephen King movie. Nobody checks them.
Marty's the only one that's checking. Marty's the only one checking them and stuff. And I like how
unbridled white privilege. It is. This is 50s white privilage. This is a different one than you really even think of.
What had me rolling is the fact that when they're about to fight in there and Mr. Strickland's behind him and stuff, I like how Biff, because this is a running theme in all the Back to the Future, he's like, all right, make like a leaf and get out of here.
Make like a tree.
Make like a leaf.
No, it's
like a tree and get out of here. And I'm laughing because of the second one. He's like, it's make like a tree and leave.
First of all, no, I love the fact that it took future Biff to correct himself.
Yeah. But and
that's a question that, look, guys, I know that's skipping ahead to the movie that we're going to do next year, but I just got to be honest with you. There's going to be one or two things that you will look at your past self and they'll say like, hey, yo, D, close that door. D, look at me.
Hey, y'all seen the video?
Just so you know, look. Hey, yo, D, real quick. Hey, check this out. Close the door.
No, y'all seen the videos.
Eric, I know what it is with Chris. Like Chris, Chris, get on the scale. Get off the scale. It's going to be, you know what I mean. It's going to be something that
I ain't gonna lie. Look,
oh my God. Okay, we gotta do something about this right now.
Look. I think if my high school self saw me now,
I hate this.
He would be amazed.
Wow.
It would be like a 180, because I look back at myself in like high school. I really was like skinny, chubby, and I was in denial a little bit.
Hey Chris, here's the young me. What's wrong? Check this out. You're gonna have a son named Donovan. I'm about to risk him not being born because I can't take this cringy shit no more, Dwayne. No, you're not getting called D no more. It's Dwayne.
No. But y'all see the video where somebody was like me, my older self, looking at my younger self, and is dressing up as Soldier Boy during the crank that shit. He's like, putting on the fucking Air Force Ones and the long ass shorts.
As much as I cringe at old me, here's me. Put that hat on, D. Oh my God, you gonna get bitches tonight, nigga.
Here's the sick part. I missed that train of wearing that shit. I gotta be honest.
Here's me. Oh, before you go, pick up there you go. Oh man, I know. Yin Yang Twins is gonna be around for a while. I know, D. All right, man. Have a good time at the club. Look, have a good time at the club, D. Ooh, wait. I ain't getting no bitches that night. Wow.
Hey, D, hold up. Hey, D, I can also hear you. Oh, like, nigga, you killing it in that rhinestone Dipset shirt.
Nigga.
Oh, man. Oh, my God.
Listen, all of us had that era of the fucking rhinestone shirt.
I didn't have a rhinestone shirt. That's the shocking part.
You didn't have one, Chris?
Nah.
I did. Hold up. I still got that Scarface one in my closet.
I kind of was in that territory of dressing. Okay, so here's my thing real quick, because I know we'd be deviating off though. Maybe because of my mom. My mom dressed. She always got me clothes from like Eddie Bauer and all that shit. So I was kind of dressed. I had a Carlton-esque type clothes, but I was also buying stuff from like Tommy Hilfiger with my own money. So it was a mix. It was a big hodgepodge of trying to combine both, and it didn't exactly mesh well. So I missed that whole Soulja Boy dressing up in big clothes phase. That was something that I missed.
I will say this. I did do the big t-shirts, not gonna lie, but here's the funny thing about it. I kind of didn't do it. Like I had a few, but I didn't really do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that I can say. It's like this. It's like this. Eris will keep saying this. As much as good actually, Eris, me and Angie had a moment like you and I had. We and Angie are sitting in the car. The Millennium Tour coming to Washington, D.C. And they list all these ashy 2000s niggas. Here's me and Angie. I might want to go. Me too.
Really? Sammy, my nigga? I guess.
Eric, no. That's what Angie said. Angie's like, wait, who else gonna be there? Like, Angie, Sammy. What song did he do? Like the song he made when he was 10, but for some reason.
One, take this as a straight to...
Yeah, that's the name of that song?
No, it was I Like.
Yeah, I like the way you like.
But anyways,
but hold on. Yeah. Wait, Chris, real quick. Like I said, I still have it.
You still have
burn it. Burn it. Oh yeah,
burn it.
Oh, I ain't gonna say burn it. That's an archive shirt that deserves that deserves to be hung up in the banner.
Yes, that's your house. Be the whole point. I will never wear this shirt. Because
I want people to understand. I think Patrice O'Neal has made jokes about it. A lot of black comedians made a joke. When it comes to black people, we put Tony Montana up there as like icons that we wear shirts of and shit and pictures in our man cave and shit.
Listen, between that,
I can't lie. Y'all saw the Mafia. If y'all been following 3BG, I had the Mafia poster that has Tony Montana on that shit. So it's
no, Chris. Between that and the Lot 20 shirts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So but like my thing with Marty is, I forget again. Skateboarding wasn't a thing in the 50s. It didn't really become a thing until like the late 70s.
I like how he knocked that joint.
He just
old school scooter that was made from wood. Knocked it down, had metal wheels. That was the 50s was like archaic with design.
I laughed like a motherfucker because when you knocked those kids off their skateboard, I was thinking to myself, that kid grows up to be a racist. I don't know why I just said that.
Marty, here's the thing. Biff's car, again, built that's when cars were built like at one point, again, I'm jumping ahead here.
That was a Studebaker, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a Studebaker. Them cars were built with like hardcore metal. They can hit a tree and they still be good.
Tank. It is a tank on wheels.
They can hit a tree and a tree will be like, shit, that hurt. Like, done. So he's getting chased. Marty basically makes it to where Biff has to swerve and he hits a fucking truck that has fucking manure on it and stuff. And that's a running joke from every Back to the Future going forward is manure. I hate manure.
You know, yes, that was also like that became a thing. And in future movies, it was always something that
hitting Biff's ancestors.
Yeah, it was always something that that inconvenienced a Biff Tannen throughout different points in time.
Which who found out in 2 that it cost $400 to clean his damn car of all the manure. $300, which that's a lot of money in the 50s.
$300, dog. That's the equivalent. That's the equivalent of the equivalent of $3,000. That is 3 stacks.
Shit, you try to clean manure out of a car today, they're gonna be charging you more than 3 stacks.
That's a lot.
First of all, hold on. Before you even take that thing anywhere, you will be searching YouTube on how
I know, right?
Hey guys. See, this is the crap, actually. This is the crap I'm talking about, Chris. Mm-hmm. With any real knock you can give this movie, it will fall it will really fall like in the writing, and it will fall in like some actions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And to sit and bitch on him and take away, to sit and bitch on him and try to take away from the movie doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
But there are some certain things that make you go, that doesn't make any sense. How much did it cost to clean that car back then?
$300. $300.
Hey Biff, what did you do for a living?
Bully people for money.
No. You were a teenager in the 1950s. What the fuck did you do for
D, I can answer that question. Thanks to part 2. I believe that was his grandmother's car.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now that's where it gets interesting. You're right, Harris.
Hence why his grandmother kept asking Biff, where the hell you going every night?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What? I'm going out, Grandma. I'm sorry. Now that's time for D to be dark. I'm making up jokes of what
killed his grandma for the money.
No. Hey, Chris. Come on. It's D. You know it's going to be a lot darker than that.
Oh, that wasn't dark enough?
No. What's dark enough is how he got to the point where he had to kill her. It's what his grandma did up to that point, where it's like, she was a monster, Biff. Yeah. She abused me every night, but now George McFly is abusing me.
That's a weird dynamic. I think
you see what I did. You see what I'm saying, right? I gotta make everything dark. I'm sorry.
Just a role reverse here. I feel George McFly literally has Biff watch him fuck his wife, fuck Lorraine in front of Biff, and Biff is just like,
he's sad jerking
as he's watching fucking.
Now who's doing what in front of who? Who's doing?
No, I'm saying George is fucking Lorraine, and Biff is in the corner like, that could have been me.
Yeah. At the end of this movie, it's definitely, hey Biff, why don't you come into the room with me and Lorraine? We got a little entertainment. I'll be right there. Son of a bitch, I don't want to see this shit.
Hey Biff,
terrible.
Hey Biff, I got some bottles of James over in the fridge if you want some.
Hey Jack, hey Biff, I want you to stay with me and I want you to stay with me.
James. I'm old. I say bottles of James.
Oh my god. Hey Chris, what year was you born?
Hey, look, dog. I'm old enough to remember that bottles of James commercial with them two old white guys. Like, come to bar and drink some bottles of James.
You old ass nigga. I bet you drive in a 1994 Plymouth Bonneville, but you act like that shit. I mean, no, Pontiac Bonneville, but you act like that shit is super clean.
Shit got the fucking damn wood paneling on the side.
No. It's the 80. No, this is the 90. This is 94, man. That's when they became like very sports car like, and the hard plastic all stank after when it got real hot on days and shit.
My man Biff at the beach. I'm
sorry. Jesus, Chris, are you 38 or 58, man?
That's what I'm saying. Yo, Christopher, it's all right, man.
Side note, D.
Look,
D,
I'm not an ageist. But if you're older than D, D's not going to get mad at that. But tell me how old you are.
D, I'm going to have you laughing. Did you peep Lorraine's dad with did you peep Lorraine's dad with the old school Miller High Life bottle?
I saw that.
Okay, Lorraine's dad
he drinks High Life. Bro, you rich. Nigga, High Life, dog. Not Miller Lite. High Life.
No. Hold on, Chris.
The champagne of beer.
No, Chris. You already knew it was. Chris, you already saw that it was enough. You saw that shit. No, Chris, you saw that shit was enough, my dude. The 2-story Suburbia,
man,
in 55 with a whole ass rolling TV,
and on airs, and look, Chris, and a window that's big enough and clear enough for niggas to crawl in the.
Hold on. Wait. D. It was a big ass window, no screen.
No screen.
Screens did not exist in 55, apparently.
Here's the thing.
They did, but only Jews got that. And this is not a Jewish house, all right?
Because this is the 1950s, and obviously people weren't like crazy rich. The middle class was the middle class. Marty's like, yeah, we got 2 TVs. Lorraine's brother, 2 TVs? You must be rich. And I like how her mom shut that down. He's lying to you, honey. Nobody has.
He's like, no one has 2
TVs. Yeah, let's shut that shit down. Look, son, like real talk. I know niggas be balling, but if you say you have 2 PlayStation 2s in present day, niggas, no, if you say you have 2 PlayStation, 2 PlayStation.
No, that's why I get the niggas that say that shit. Like, fuck you.
Look, I got 2 PlayStation 5s. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
No, that's what you do. Man, I got 2 PlayStation 5s. Show me.
Yeah, exactly.
Show me.
No,
right
and then the moment they show you, D, you ask the question. All right, what UPS truck did you get?
I know, right?
And this is D's. No, this is D even more. You didn't give your son that motherfucking present, did you? I mean, don't come on, D. Look, man, this was his present.
Now, here's the thing. Despite Marty doing everything he can for George, including setting up the scenario for the what was the name of the prom thing?
The Enchantment Under the Sea dance.
Enchantment Under the Sea dance. Like, hey,
what D likes to call crackers under the sea.
Yeah, his dad was supposed to get to the car with him and Lorraine at 8:55.
Yes.
Yeah, 8:55. Yeah. And he's gonna go in there and he says, "Get your damn hands off of him and stuff," because Marty's gonna fake
hands off of her.
Marty's gonna fake like he's doing something to her, and stuff. And that's when George's gonna come in and it's gonna save the day, and that's that.
You punch her in the stomach. I take a dive. I'm down for the count.
This was early wrestling, actually.
Hey, now y'all hear all how this plan go, right? Yeah. I hate to be that person, but there is one girl that sees this in present day and they go, problematic. So you mean to tell me that a part of this? No, hold on. But you tell me that a part of this plan is for you to fake rape your mom.
D, hold on. This is what makes that scene even better, because when we get to that point, Marty asked the best question in that whole scenario, which is, have you ever gotten to a point where you were put in a situation where you had to act a certain way, and when you got to that moment, you just couldn't go through with it?
I mean, let's be real. I will say to the movie's credit, though, I like the writing with Marty, because even his idea of doing something to his mom doesn't. He's kind of unsettled about it.
I mean, because he has so many variations of how he can try to make her mad at him, by taking advantage. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm about to try to take advantage of my mom.
And he's unsettled by it, which I think is good. It's a good thing they put that in there.
Like, how do I do that? First of all, I do believe that the fact that I am this close proximity of my mother is putting my entire existence in jeopardy. So, God, what do I do in this situation? She did all the work for him by kissing him.
And I like how she immediately was like, it feels weird.
She's like, no, this is all wrong. That was the best line. This is all wrong. When I kiss you, I feel like I'm kissing my brother.
And I like how George is.
That makes no sense.
So how you know how it feels like kissing your brother? And Lorraine.
Kissing cousins. The shit's
Lorraine. Why you leaving the room? Lorraine, why you leaving the room?
Toya's kissing Muffin. Then they go back and fuck your husband.
Go back and they kiss their husband.
The shit's disgusting.
Keep the click.
Keep the chickens clucking.
This on my wrist is nothing.
Yeah, it's just yellow hearts and pink diamonds.
Where I get the money for this, don't think rhyming.
Again, Dipset anthem. Best song ever.
Oh,
God. I stood alone.
Nigga gonna fuck with the chicks. I'm the third little piggy. I'm sorry. I know y'all love Jada. No, nobody is messing with Cam. There's like six songs. I dare anybody. You not effing with Cam. They're either so lame, they're great, or they're like, Cam didn't say that. Yes, he did.
He did.
Fire.
The funniest shit about this is, like, I like how Marty hears the door open. He's like, "Oh, thank God George is here." Looks over. Ah, shit, it's Biff.
I love it.
No,
Hey,
I love how.
you,
No, I
get
love
your
how
damn hands off her.
No, I love.
No, not that part.
No,
It's
not
just
that part, D. Not that part, D.
when Biff grabs Marty.
I'm talking about the other part where it's so cartoony because you don't see it. You just see the door open and a hand. You just see this shit. You just see this shit.
Because Marty's thinking, because Marty in his head is thinking, wow, George really got some ball. Ah, shit, it's Biff.
Now you gotta think about it. At this point, Biff has swum in manure at this point. He's been totally fucking emasculated twice up to this point, and now he's seeing a guy dare fuck a girl he thought of having sex with. Oh, you know he's nothing but full of white man unrelenting rage.
He has his boys take
Russell
Marty
Crowe
off.
Unhinged.
Take his boys off.
Actually, I think it's exactly Russell Crowe fighting right in the world.
So
come on, me and Taggart got to jump.
He has his boys take Marty off and stash him off somewhere while Biff decides, I'm going to rape me some Lorraine. So,
Chris, I'm sorry.
Susan.
The way you say that is like this.
Yeah.
That's the way I heard it.
It's raping time. That's what it is. It's rape time.
No, right there. Lorraine, help me, Biff. Whoa. It's winking time now.
But here's the thing.
19 inches of fun.
When George gets there, and
leave me alone. Do you need to see it?
But here's the thing. When George gets there, right? I have seen. Now, here's the thing. I've never I kind of felt George in that moment where Biff was like, George, walk away. Walk away. You didn't see anything. That's a real thing. That is a real thing. And it's like, oh shit. Like,
hey, guys, hey, for a couple of you guys out there, please do not answer back, and we have to put your name up here. Yeah. How many times you seen a girl almost getting attempted to get raped, and you saw a dude raped, whatever you want to do,
yeah.
And the other guy, Susan, coming at us.
I don't give a fuck about Susan, her and her blue hair, and her boyfriend. Look, and her boyfriend ain't gonna swing at me.
Not that Susan, D. Not that one.
The other Susan.
I'm talking about the other one.
There's another Susan?
Yeah, it is. She has auburn hair, you know.
Oh, for the love of God, Chris. No, I'm talking about the one that owns YouTube, damn it. Stop making her more interesting than she actually is, Chris.
Hey, you know that's what I do. I sometimes try to make it more interesting. Put some flair to it.
I'm sorry. Here's me. I'm sorry.
They see us?
But but the way Biff looks at George, like, George, you didn't see anything. Walk away. I'm like, God damn. Like
I said, real talk. That happens in some, look, you seen it in some kind of capacity. Either you did the right thing and diffused it, or, I hate to be this person, girls, you did the right thing and got the fuck up out of there. Because, I'm serious, at that point, that dude's in heat. Move. Make a move. You swing at him, or you do this. Damn, dog. Which way the bathroom, man?
No, here's what's messed up, D. It's a damn shame that What's Love got to do with it don't come out for like 30 years, because that car situation right there, had that movie existed, Lorraine would have knew right away. We would have got the white woman equivalent of the backseat situation.
Eric, all right.
Hold up. Those short heels would have went into Biff's face and it would have been a wrap.
Mm-hmm. All right, here's the problem about that, Eric. Well, actually, you know what, Eric, you did say that right. Because as we know everything about white women, they didn't learn how to defend themselves until they saw black women doing it on television. So
that's it. Had that movie existed,
and the thing is, I like how George, to his credit,
like, I'm sorry. I hate to be this person. I just hate that feminism sucked until y'all try to get black women to join y'all, and all of a sudden they had bite all of a sudden, and you took their words and you fucked up the black home, and then you said, hey, let's apply this to our homes and do it all the way wrong. And if it's all, let's do it all the way wrong. And when it's being told that it's wrong and it's shown that it's wrong, we're blame the men.
And at the end of the day,
he hates feminism, by the way. I really hate a lot of it. I'm technically one, but a lot of y'all bitches, it ain't my squad. That's y'all. Y'all need to fix it.
And at the end of the day, fast forward to today, they're able to ban bald, bearded men from all social media.
Well, to be fair, some of
certain
those
ones.
bearded men kind of had it coming a little bit.
You know.
See, Chris, you're not gonna do this and say.
I say some of them. I said some. I didn't say all.
No. You're not gonna do this and say that a certain former kickboxer had it coming.
Look. They ain't that. It ain't that.
I love the nod.
Look, hey Chris, it's just this. All we're saying is this: the nigga really didn't have like a YouTuber. It's like you literally shot a dude in the foot who couldn't walk anymore.
It's like banning. It's like banning a person from
You're
Facebook.
not allowed here.
It's like banning a person from Facebook, and then you look at the last date they logged in on Facebook, and it was like 10 years ago. It's like you didn't really do anything. You didn't move a needle on this. You know,
hey Chris. It's like Chris. It's like banning Tom from MySpace.
It's like Tom hasn't been logged in on MySpace since the beginning of MySpace's infancy.
He's instantly everybody's friend for everyone who makes an account.
You didn't move the needle.
Niggas at home. Imagine your best friend. Man, they banned me off of Xbox Live. Don't you got a Steam account and only a Steam account? Yeah, I know. It's weird.
No, but the moment that George sits there and says, "Get your damn hands off him," I like how Biff, because I mean that's bullying.
Biff full Mr. Tate.
Let's be real. Around. As somebody that's had people fuck with me, one thing about bullies is this, and this is why I hate the concept of bullying and why it's funny to me. I like how bullies have the audacity to get offended when you grow a backbone and buck back on them. It's like, so how dare you? It's like, but dude, you started it. What do you think I was going to do? Just like,
exactly. Here's the problem. This is D's experience.
Go ahead, Dave.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, given my height, I wished a bully who's at least Chris's height would try to do some shit to me, because I will turn into fucking Marty McFly and use all 5'6" of my ass to fuck you up.
No,
I don't care.
Here's the thing that does kind of get me though. You do run this risk, especially with bullies like Biff. You run this risk of hit that nigga in the mouth. Yeah, and that's true. Hit him in the mouth, because most of these bullies, 9 out of 10 bullies back the fuck down. Yeah, they'll fight back, but after that, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna leave you alone, Wachowski. You know, it's gonna be like that. But here's the thing: there is that 1% with Biff. He punched Biff, and Biff, you messed up, McFly. Takes off his shirt like a Yakuza villain.
But D, see, this is where
again, I still say, listen, I'm still giving points to Marty.
He 8-pack.
No. I'm still giving points. To Marty. Like, I'm still giving points to Marty. See, Marty, he ain't gonna go down easy.
Biff Tannen, chairman of Hill Valley.
Chairman of Hill Valley.
Dude, why does he got a tattoo on both shoulders that says hot and cold, love, hate?
No, he has the clock tower fucking tattoo.
No, that'll be Doc. No, that'll be Doc Brown.
That's Doc.
Doc Brown. That's Doc with the clock tower.
But I'm still putting my money on. I'm still putting my money on Marty, because number one, you got to catch him.
No,
as we see that every Back to the Future movie, he outruns everybody.
No, but my thing with this is like there's a reason why, like, my thing is this, like, I think thank God for my dad teaching me fighting. My dad was the first person to tell me, like, there is no rules in fighting. So I would literally turn to Ric Flair in the fight, like, nah, fuck this. We ain't doing this. Let's fight like gentlemen. Nah. I will throw stuff at you. It might be a brick, might be a trash can. I don't know.
D knows how to fight, but I will kick you right in the dick. Fuck with me.
Thank you.
It was actually it's fucked up. Before,
D, you lose. No.
See, it's fucked up for me, because I do believe it was my mom that told me, like, she beat my dad to the punch and said, "Dirty." Just one word, dirty. Go dirty.
There's a reason why my favorite scene.
To everybody,
if there's a brick nearby, pick it up.
I tell this to everybody. If you have this opportunity, kick him in the dick, DDT. It works.
But here's
every single time.
This ties into Back to the Future because it's the 80s. There's a reason why my favorite scene ever in the history of movies, it's a fighting scene, is Indiana Jones, when he says, "Fuck this shit," bam, shoots the guy. I was like, there you go.
Yeah.
Fuck this. No.
I did. Like, Chris, I did get into a situation.
Wait. I'm sorry. I have a thing against Stephen King.
No. This was much earlier, dude. No, but Chris,
I'm just saying, like, wait, Sharp. I got a thing against Stephen
I got into I remember getting into a fight with somebody. Dude started the whole thing. I just wanted to be left alone. Didn't have nothing to do with the shit. Listen, something happened. Tiger got out of the cage. He took one hit. Like I took a hit to the face. I took a textbook that was about this thick. I shit you not. It was about this thick. And first I hit him with it.
Damn.
And then I punched the book. I shit you not. I punched the book.
John Wick when he killed that dude at 3. Just bam.
Dude.
I triple hit.
Because I'm swinging the book. Like, I'm literally swinging. It was a whole ass textbook. And oh, God. This is what's really fucked up.
Eris got more use out of them books than the education system ever did. So that.
You want to know what's really fucked up? Because I still remember this shit vividly. It was a science book, and we fought in the science room. This is at Decatur. I shit you not.
But nah, dog. What happened?
Best thing, Eris. Only thing I can say is the thing that D did. I forgot what dirty move how I got there, but it ended with the nigga caught in the walls of Jericho. That's all I
man.
And I sat on. Look, no, because I do the Boston Crab your way you're supposed to. I put an elbow, I put a knee into it, or I sit on you, and that's what I.
That's instant tap out at that point.
Oh man, it's always instant tap out when you actually sit on them and yank back at the right.
But what I like about
it was really I'm sorry, Chris. I was just gonna say it was really bad because at the end it just turned into me doing the Brian Fury win pose, just repeatedly punching over and over.
But I kind of felt George like the sweet relief of being able, like there is a catharticism when you finally stand up for yourself, and you can see it in George's face when he punches Biff because it's building up and he finally says, fuck it. Bam, it punches him. And you can see the look on his face of like, I did that.
I mean,
oh my God.
It was kind of over.
It's cheesy, but it was
cheesy. It's cheesy. Yes, it
when
is.
He hit this shit.
No, when Lorraine hits the ground.
No, when he hits this shit.
Damn hands off her.
Oh yeah, when he did that.
When he did that.
I'm sorry.
I'm like, hold up, George. Did you just orgasm at the fact that you knocked out Biff Tannen?
I think it was a bit of an orgasm, but at the same time, because I know George McFly when it comes to these white nerds. That was the first time you hit anything with your fucking fist, wasn't nigga? Because you probably
with no training.
Because here's the thing. I looked at that punch 3 times. Yeah, it looked
bit his wrist.
Like, yeah, he bit it. Look, but it's not even that. What got me was that the way he swung it and really caught all of it, all you saw was the face move this way, like an old Simpsons cartoon, like that.
He caught a full 360 spin, right up against the car.
So now, yes, D, would that knock Biff out in real life? If anything, Biff would have been like, yo, what the fuck? Yo, hold up. Hold that nigga because I'm a fool. Wow.
Bear in mind, y'all, that was a whole left hook swinging upwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like
that made full contact with mouth.
At most, he might fell down and hit his head on the ground. And
I don't think he would have laid him out. Now, let's just go with the idea that he did lay him out. I've seen niggas get punched like that. Oh, yeah. It's funny.
It's sleepy time at that point.
Like we said, it's winky time now.
Somebody comes in there with the smelling salts. All right, he's up.
Hey, Biff. You got knocked the fuck out. You know you just got knocked the fuck out.
So at this point, Marty at this point, as we said before, after the bully said we don't want to deal with the reefer addicts. The guys, since they were smoking in the trunk, they had the trunk open. I don't know what possesses black people to put keys in a trunk, but I guess they didn't expect.
All right, look.
I don't get it.
First of all, these Negroes were high. Okay, they were high, but in the moment they were called spook, they already got out the car and said, "All right, guess we choosing violence at this white."
Marvin Berry
personally, y'all the only niggas I know that's going to actually smoke in y'all car like that. And ain't nobody playing music. That ain't black folk. I'm sorry, Robert. You come on.
Marvin Berry, you disappoint me.
Come on. You know he was in there. They was in there. They was in there listening at night.
first of all, y'all do realize they were clearly on a smoke break, no pun intended.
Yeah.
And what were they listening to?
I don't know. Do they know any hill stations out in Hill Valley?
Oh, whoa, hold on.
Granted,
hold on.
it is the
Wait.
50s and everybody cut everything off at 10 o'clock. I know.
Not only that, well, you do know Nat King Cole's Unforgettable was the hot thing at the time because because the poster, the fucking flyer for that album was in the record store.
Mm-hmm.
And and before anybody starts saying, well, they put in like look, white folk love Nat King Cole, probably way more than niggas. Nat was one of the Nat King Cole was one of the first I can say black artists that were like super
beloved
by white people way more than they are black people, and that's not a bad thing because Mr. Cole was black music. But that being said, you say that, Eris. It's the 1950s. They about to shut off the station for the night. Let's just keep it real. Hey everybody, it's me, Casey Kasem, and everybody.
Yes.
Now here's the thing. So
I hope all of you are with your lovers tonight, about to put a finger inside of her. Here's Fats Domino.
Yo, so here's my thing, right? So
Casey
Marty, up to this point,
you're about to drive that finger into that unforgettable place. Here's Nat King Cole with Unforgettable.
Now what? Now as you busting that pussy out, I need you to understand one thing, ladies and gentlemen. Now while you're out there doing that, make sure you use the best. That's right, Colgate. Colgate is the best for the.
Let's be real. Marvin Berry sitting up there having Marty play the guitar because Marvin cut his hand opening the trunk.
I call bull. Look, white people. Here's your fantasy. That's all you're getting from me. I'm not commenting. I'm not going to be mean.
I just laugh.
This is your fantasy.
My man said Earth was singing Earth Angel, and all them white folks were getting it in, dancing, slow dancing and stuff. And at this point,
Marvin killed it.
Yeah.
Earth Angel.
Marty,
go ahead, nigga.
Meanwhile, he's thinking mission accomplished, not realizing his dad didn't seal the deal because he looks over at the picture and he's starting to lose his powers. He sees his brother fade away.
He starts to fade away.
Yeah. I mean, that's the best way to describe it.
That's funnier. That's even funnier, Chris. The one time you make a mistake like that, but you made it funnier. I mean,
Marty was out here on some Marty was on this. His hand is disappearing. Like he about to
that blue screen hand.
Here's the thing. It plays into that paradox thing because I told Eris this as an example. It happened in the Justice League cartoon in the two-parter when they went into time. And at one point, Wonder Woman is standing right there to Batman explaining time, and she just disappears. And Batman was like, and I guess she never left the mascara because she ain't here anymore.
I need to see that. I really
she gradually disappears, and Batman's like, I guess she never left the mascara. And this was the
Justice League.
It was Justice League Unlimited. Justice League Unlimited.
Okay.
It was a two-parter where they went to the future, and it was one of the guys that had like the time belt and shit, and he was fucking with time. And because basically John Stewart, Green Lantern, kept changing to Hal Jordan and fucking Guy Gardner.
I like that. No, the best thing. No, here's the best thing now. When he turned into Hal Jordan, I like how Hal knew what the deal was. It was like, what's going on here? Whoa. Let me guess. There's a crisis on this earth. I understand. Don't worry.
And transfer back to John Stewart.
I loved it because John, look, I was like, I already know how this goes, dog. Look, it's all good. We're all friends here, man. It's all good, man. So who has this? John? All right, cool.
John was like, what the fuck? So it's funny, he's disappearing. Like
this
you said,
universe, John's the big dude. That's cool. I bet I'm dead here. Cool,
but you're right, that fucking blue
that
screen with
blue
the
screen
fading
off.
And he's all there, and Marvin's looking over like, the fuck's going on with this crack over there?
And D's got to say it. Okay. Hey, Marty McFly. Hey, George McFly. If it takes that much for your whole future to change with that girl, she ain't worth it. You mean to tell me after y'all have a moment like that, she grabs somebody else's hand for like 2.5 seconds and
he's still hesitating.
Well, no, the hesitation came from 1950s Ginger here, who just rolls in and says, "Get out of the way, McFly. I'm cutting in."
And finally, George, again, he grabs balls and it's like, nah, I got this. And, dances in there.
I'm trying to get vagina. No, I'm trying to get Pergina tonight.
Earth Angel, dear Earth Angel. And then all of a sudden, this kid's brother and sister reappear. And I was like, huh.
So,
oh, look. When they got to the end of this song, here's the.
So good.
I gotta be real with you. Shout out to the Isley brothers because they were the real ones. They go back that far. Listen to Ron Isley do. It's like, wow. So you was just doing this for years, huh?
So something
made me want to shout. And all of a sudden, contagious. I don't know how we got to this.
So something I want to point out. We talked about this earlier. D, you did ask a very interesting question, and I had to answer it in my most scientific way possible.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, I did kind of go Neil.
Again, I'm be honest with you. It's stupid and it's bullshit, but you know what? I don't care about a question.
I know, but hey,
I strongly disagree with you, but whatever.
No, it intrigued me enough to answer it properly because think about it. Everything was a gradual domino effect, right?
Yeah.
First, Marty intervenes by pushing his dad out of the way and taking the hit. That was the first sign. First sign of George and Lorraine not meeting right there. Was the children from oldest to youngest gradually started to disappear. Just saying.
Why would the oldest go out? I get the oldest, but here's my problem, Eris. If the oldest goes out, that means the other two have to be gone. That's how it is. It ain't some shit where, D, you didn't have Donovan, but you had Asante and Maddie. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense.
D, I can answer that because again, the whole gradual disappearance of Marty's siblings, and which is why he's on the end of the picture, is because it becomes the literal sign of the race against time.
Sure, I get it.
But
Eris, real talk, and this is D's problem, and this is actually the biggest paradox of the movie for D. See, I'm fine with whatever you just say, Eris, but when Marty said, now this doesn't have to do with what you said. Actually, it's actually a different thing, and I'm sorry to move like that. But for D, this is the biggest paradox in the movie. Hey, and if he sounds like, like 8 years old, and he
said
that, if. Now, he said all that. Here's the back of my mind. Years later, hey, George, I think we should have a third kid. Nah. None of them burned down. None of them burned down. I say we're all right with it too. Marty just offed himself and not knowing it.
Okay, that's a good one.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay, no, D, that's a good one. That's a good one. But I can flip the coin on that one. What if George and Lorraine completely forgot about that?
Yeah,
and they wouldn't even try to remember it until it actually happens.
That's one thing, Eris. You pull out. If you have noticed, you know how D usually is. If you notice, I've been quiet because I fucking absolutely love this movie, and I know for a fact if you pull one of those threads, okay, it's like this. You pull one thread. Here's the. Fuck it, let's go. Okay, so you mean to tell me everything wraps up nicely?
Because we turn into cinema sins, and I hate fucking cinema sins.
I'm not even coming at it. I'm really not even coming at it from a cinema sins.
I know you're not. I'm just saying that's how it starts because it goes there and then it just.
No, but see, that's why I said the whole thing was a domino effect with his brother and sister disappearing, and finally he starts disappearing because it took a week. Think about it.
It was a lot of maybes that could have been like, all right, touch and go. You might be able to do it.
It was a whole bunch of misconnections, missed opportunities. The moment you think George is about to get close to sealing the deal, and maybe his brother's head would have came back, but no, something always happened, and it didn't. And the last chance was the dance. So and he had to try to wrap everything up in that one location. Also creating a whole new situation where George actually knocked out Biff, and that never happened in his life.
Yeah,
which is what like which is what led to him explaining that to Doc when he said, "Huh? So you and your brother and your sister came back? Yeah, my dad knocked out Biff. He's never done that before in his life.
Doc just had a look like, huh? All right, whatever. And then just
never mind.
So,
but no, go ahead, D.
Mm-hmm.
That's that's another thing. Once you start unraveling shit and you start bringing logic into it, that's why I stopped talking, because it's like, D, you bringing logic into this, and because I have a good point, but it's like,
but I think Doc in
I
that
like
moment,
this movie
but I always
feel that's
I
where I fall off. I like this movie,
but I always felt
argue it.
But I always felt Doc's character at that point could have said something, but didn't think much of it, because it's like, well, his brother and sister and him are still in the picture, so obviously everything's fine. So let's just keep it moving.
Also, Chris, they had less than 7 minutes to get this damn
plan so
off
it's
the ground.
No, but
again, the race against time. I swear I am not. I'm not doing this on purpose.
I have a bigger. And this is the last thing. We can get to the last part of the movie, but the part that bugs me with all of this is that, sure, he saved the day, saved him and his brothers, but a part of me would have been like, Marty would look back at that picture. His sister's missing. He's still there, but it's another brother. And it's a different house,
and that's all I'm saying. At
that point,
it goes multiverse theory.
No, it's not even multiverse.
Not even multiverse. No, it goes butterfly. It's pretty much that Simpsons
butterfly.
joke.
Yeah, butterfly.
It's the butterfly effect.
Because your dad stood up for your mom and all that made him more assertive and all this and all the rest of that. So he had his first brother. I don't know about the rest of y'all little bastards. I didn't want y'all to.
Yeah. This is
what I'm talking about.
But I think
that's my main. Because if you start doing any of this moving around the rest of this, you make this movie not only way heavier than it needs to be, but also you destroy an actually solid plot.
Yeah, and that's why you have to keep it.
A part of me likes to think that Bob Gale and Zemeckis probably had something probably a little bit closer to that. And the studio was like, okay, no.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These type of movies,
this is where it gets weird with the studios coming in.
And that's the thing. These type of movies, you have to keep it simple.
Yeah,
in that way, because if you do the multiverse thing, like you said, that's when it starts. You could toy around with those darker elements of like, oh, what happens with this situation? That happened.
And let's be real.
And that is why for the first movie they kept it to its own set of time traveling rules.
When you get into the second one, that is when you come into the, oh, that happened, Marty, because you did this. That happened, Marty. That happened, Marty, because your dumb ass decided, sports terminator.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That they used the almanac as the basis for time tampering, which I think was good.
That's a great way of going to. God, I can't wait for us to go in the second.
But anyways, two things, just so we can end this. The Johnny Be Good shit had me rolling because number one, we as black folks, I like how Marty says, "All right, this is gonna be a blues thing," and I like all the black dudes immediately.
He said it's an oldie. No, I'm sorry. It's an oldie.
No.
Where I come from.
I'm talking about when he turned to the band and told him it was a blues.
He said blues. I forgot what he said.
I think it's a blues hook. And I like how the band people, the black dudes, like, oh yeah, we know this shit. And I was like, of course they do, because for the longest time I was like, I kept wondering, I was like, how do they know how to do that? And I was like, oh, because they're black.
I call bullshit actually. Of course. Hey, Chris, hate to be that person. D called bullshit for one main reason. Bands didn't started doing that shit until James Brown kind of implemented it to everybody. So you know what they did? All right, guys, we're gonna do this one too. Hey man, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was because of the movie. White boy. Yeah, I think because of the movie, they just let it go. But the whole Johnny Be Good thing was great. But it's like,
you know why it was great for D? That's not Michael J. Fox singing.
Oh hell no,
it's not.
That has always bugged D. That is always bugged.
I think somebody asked Michael J. Fox, and he was like, "No, that's not me singing."
I will give.
D ain't shit. Of course, that ain't me.
I will give Michael J.
You mean like this?
Listen,
no, I'm not doing all that. No. I was just trying to be funny.
No.
Trying to be an asshole.
No, listen. I will give Michael J. this. Years later, he actually reenacted the Johnny Be Good thing.
Yeah,
Parkinson's disease and all. He actually did it.
Yeah, I mean, he did a pretty good job with it.
He did.
I think the whole
stayed in character and everything. I was like, damn, it's literally like it's funny seeing him do it 30 plus years later.
I just thought the whole scene was funny to me because it's like, Marty's all going good, and all of a sudden he starts going all 80s with the solo, and I was like, "Oh, Marty, what are you doing?"
I'm like, Marty, right here, this is where you should have evaporated.
Because here's the
when
thing,
he started doing all that, I'm sorry. Also,
my nigga did
what
the
he was
Pete
doing,
Townsend slide.
man.
all that stuff he was doing, all that right here's me. Okay, you need to stop. Why? Because only niggas do that, and all these white people are about to fucking get you. Stop doing it. What you're doing is black people moves. That's right. We was doing that crap in the 50s.
But here's the funny part. Did you see Marvin Berry grab the guitar and just looked at him like, fuck this white boy know how to do?
Get off my shit. Now, yes, I can accept the joke.
Marvin,
hey, Chuck, it's your cousin.
Marvin Berry. That sound you wanted? Check this out. I'm like,
this. I can accept that.
That's funny.
I can accept the joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. You know what? But you want to know something about black folk? Here's a funny thing. If we remade the movie, we did it with like, hey, yo, Jesus, like some rapper. Okay, white people, stop.
Yeah.
I noticed that with black people. Certain acts, we'll let it go. Because let's be like, why would we do it for Chuck Berry? Let's be real. Chuck kind of left us real early.
Pretty sure Chuck ended up watching that movie in the theater, probably laughed his ass off.
Nigga, I was watching motherfucking and y'all would know this if y'all watch this movie. I was watching Cadillac Records, and you see him most deaf in the backseat with all the white girls. Like, that's why Chuck Berry doesn't have a big connection with black people, because he went with white folk real quick. Mm-hmm. But hold on, it's funny when he wanted to get honored and be respected as greatest. All of a sudden, he tried to break out all the black people. Hey, Little Richard, come out here and vouch for me.
Now, here's the thing. Anyway. Now, the finale is this. So Doc and Marty came up with this plan. Basically, at the beginning of the movie, Marty had gotten a flyer about saving the bell tower, because the bell tower in 1955 got struck by lightning and it's been fucked up since. Mm-hmm. So Marty got the idea because Doc Brown was like,
just tear down the clock tower, build a new one. Anyway,
here's the thing. Marty
30 full years anyway.
Because Marty at the time was telling Doc, was like, hey, how can we do that? And Doc was like, first off, it's 1955. We ain't getting no goddamn plutonium. So that's off the table. That ain't fucking out.
I'm pretty sure it's on the drugstore in every corner, but you can't find it here.
He said, I'm pretty sure in that 1985 that you can get
plutonium in every drugstore.
Here's me. Lithium. But no.
So they get this idea.
Can you imagine walking in the could you imagine walking in the freaking Walgreens and just saying, Tylenol, Robitussin, plutonium. There we go.
So they get
Harris, pick up that plutonium for me, bro. Look, how much it costs? I got the $5 at my house. Pick the shit up, nigga.
So they get the idea, gas up the DeLorean and drive it the distance enough to where he could time it to where when the lightning when he has like the line going to these two poles, lightning hits it at exactly, I forgot what time, but it hits it.
I know he hit the pole. I know, Harris.
I know it is pole.
No you pun intended. Hit the pole. No. You hit the pole. Boom.
No pun intended.
You and these goddamn puns, Mr. Sir.
So
Harris, I'm sick of your ass.
So basically, when Marty hits it, that's when basically, Marty would go through. So I'm sitting up there. I'm like, all right, what's going to happen? Because even as a kid, I always wondered what's going to be the thing that's going to be the big hiccup.
That fucking tree.
It's a fucking tree that hicks it up.
Oh, D. Shaw, 3 Black Geeks. Hey, Mr. McFly. Hey, Doc Brown. So you mean to tell me you had all this line? You say, well, let me put it on the tree. Certainly nothing's going to shake the tree during a thunderstorm.
No. They didn't put it on a tree. Remember, he had the rope and the wire connected in front of a tree.
In front of a tree.
Now, meanwhile, still though. Whatever. Go ahead.
No, now here's the thing. While Doc is dealing with his he's dealing with his bullshit, Marty, meanwhile, gets to his destination with the car. The car decides, fuck you, I'm going to shut down. Now,
product of
DNC DeLorean, baby.
No, AMC
DeLorean.
Harris, say what you will about GMC. They're still here.
They are.
AMC DeLorean decided to shut down because
there was a reason. That right there is the reason why that. No, D. That is the reason why that car only lasted a year.
Let me tell you
Say
something.
what you will about General Motors Company, because holy crap, especially in the 80s, we have a lot to say
Let me
about
tell you
them.
something.
But you know what happened? You can turn the key and the car come on. I know that.
If I was in that DeLorean, I'm in Marty's position. Let me tell you, I would be like Cuba Gooding in Boys in the Hood, fighting air immediately. Like,
boy,
I would be crying. I would been crying like I'm stuck in 1955. No,
I'm a black man stuck in the 50s. They're gonna kill me.
I got no way of getting home.
I'm gonna fart wrong time, and a white woman gonna say rape.
There's no such thing. Hold up, in 1955, there's no such thing as a cop being in fear of his life. I'm just gonna get murdered.
Me in my head, I would just go straight to no more Pizza Hut, no more Nintendo.
What you gonna do, D? What you gonna do, D? I'm going straight to Chicago. I'm going straight to where all of the niggas are at.
First off, I would make
with none of y'all.
I would make so much money at that point. It's like, you know what? I'm stuck in the 50s. I can make some money off betting. I can make some bets off of this capitalize off of World War II.
Hey,
I can capitalize off the Vietnam War.
Hey, Chris, you be mad at me. You be mad at D. Why? It's like you be mad at D. Man, it seems like Dwayne Shaw has another person that's with his sports agency. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to a man that I said, that man that we all know about, that he's really, really big in sports and all that. And I said, hey, quit fucking around with these white people. Let them know what your real name is. What your name is. It's no longer Lou Alcindor. It's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That's right, Mr. Jabbar. He is my client. Chris, I would make a super team. Kareem, Wilt Chamberlain, Dr. J.
But D, let's be real. But D, let's be real. Let's be real. Hate to do this to white folks, but I gotta do it anyway. Black people were already a cheat code when Dr. J and them were playing.
Let me make it very clear. Black people have been a cheat code since y'all said, all right, nigger.
You can play.
No. We've been a cheat code since y'all put us in shackles and did say, I dare you to escape. We have been cheat code since
you gave black folks a basketball and said, "What are you gonna do?" All right,
you know what y'all did?
No, black folks at that time were the embodiment of challenge accepted.
We just hold on. I'm sorry. We just had a brother from Portugal just say hi to us. I'm gonna bring this up for him because he knows what I'm about to say. Y'all, white people, y'all got lax with us when we were slaves. You know what we did? They're just dancing. Were we? Were we just dancing? It could be that kick could be like I said, black people, we cheat codes. We always been.
You get Dr. J and Kareem on a team. Two of them are already gonna score 60 points, so you already racked up 120 points in a game.
Hey, Eris. Hey, D, you gonna be a Jordan here? You fucking right. I'm gonna destroy Jordan's whole career. Lim Bias is going to get the flowers that he deserves. I'm gonna make sure he look, Chris. I'm gonna make sure he don't go see Rayful Edmonds before he does.
No, D.
You know what I'm gonna do?
D's gonna kick open the door and slap the crack out of fucking Lim Bias.
Now you know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do, D? 1984, like 1984 slam dunk competition. I'm gonna walk up to Clyde Drexler and say, free throw line. Jump from the free throw line.
What are you talking about?
They're gonna call
you
glide.
Do it.
They're gonna call you the glide from here on out, nigga.
They will call you Glide Drexler.
Exactly what I did.
Hey, your hairline's here. But
no. But check this out, Chris. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have a sketch of an Air Jordan 1, and I'm just gonna erase Jordan and put Drexler. I'll put Glide or something. I'll put wings on it and shit.
Gliders.
I'll put glider. It's literally the Jordan 1.
You know what, Eric? What I like what you're doing right now is this, because D loves to recognize this, and I say this on Working Time Sports Show. Clyde Drexler was legit one of the baddest niggas who ever played basketball.
Don't let
For
that
a nigga don't let that hairline fool you. That
Boy,
was a baller.
Yes, he had the George Jefferson look, but goddamn it, that nigga can fucking dunk.
Yeah, George Jefferson.
Let me tell you something.
But he balled like LeBron, nigga. Trust me.
Let me tell you something. If Jordan had not did that free throw line dunk,
I'm gonna put it to you this way. Look, check this out. Look, Eric, hey Chris, this is a good one for you. This is a good one for you. Hey, Miss, Hakeem Olajuwon coming to. Oh, D. Show, you're so smart about all your sports shit. Get the fuck out of Houston, nigga.
Just get out of leave.
I just ruined the whole. It's like this, D. What? I know what we're saying as somebody that sits in president. So you tell him to leave Houston. Do you know that will cause a fucking paradox within the NBA, making the NBA go in a different direction all the way that it's going right now? The fact that I have been actually feeding the NBA to be the way that I wanted to be for the last 20-something years. That's why we scoring all these points and nobody's playing defense.
But get back to the movie though. I would be punching
Chris. Nothing good. This is what I'm talking about. The girls in the kitchen with the grandmamas losing recipes.
But dog, I would have been just like Marty. He's sitting up there fucking frustrated, hitting the gas, and then he finally punches the fucking steering wheel and it starts. And I'm like, that'll be me.
American cause. Look, this comes from a nigga that
when in doubt, punch it.
American cause.
No, when in doubt, punch it.
Now, obviously, I don't want to punch my car because the airbag might deploy by accident or some shit. So
nigga, this 1985, dog. The 1985 DeLorean, there was no airbag.
No, that's saying no. I'm saying if I did to my I'm saying if I did that same shit to my car, my modern car, that shit. No, DeLorean, like it's just Marty did that. The car finally starts, so Marty is like gunning it. Doc, meanwhile, he finally gets the thing attached, looks down. Ah, shit, disconnected from the tree that fell down. So he finally decides, all right, I'm going to have my Indiana Jones moment. He puts the shit around the fucking thing and he slides down.
It is quite the tension. Even knowing damn well what's going to happen, I'm over there like, come on, nigga. Now the part that D says bullshit and all y'all saying bullshit. Remember when Doc did diff and got hit and zapped? That's a cooked white man. I don't care what
hold on.
That is a fried German. That is it.
No, at that point, I got to ask the question, Doc, what gloves are those?
Honestly, man,
that's why. Seriously, that's why I turned into Bill Murray from Space Jam. What kind of gloves are those?
Oh, this is
get them goddamn gloves.
Like, take them damn things off. Will you not point at me with those damn gloves and take them off, please?
Hey, Chris, that thing is no. Y'all, those gloves are made from the finest of asbestos.
First off, Aries, don't bring that Space Jam shit up because I'm sorry, that's still the funniest shit ever. What kind of camera is that?
Can you not point that at me, please, and turn off the lens camera? No, I will do that shit because I had to question that shit myself. My man, like, connected the shit. Actual lightning went across both hands.
He did this and like
right when he connected it, that should have been a charred outline of Doc Brown. Like,
and dude, the fact that he just took that, he ate the actual concentrated lightning. So I had to question. No, I really had to legit question. What kind of gloves are those, bro?
I'm sorry. You said that. No, I'm thinking deja vu. As he turns the corner.
No one sleeps in Tokyo.
Because Marty goes through, comes out on the other side of 85, and he crashes into the old movie theater, right? So Marty backs out, and the car slows down. And the car is icing over because that was the residuals of the time machine. The time machine. When he gets out, he sees the fucking Volkswagen Bug with the Libyans, and Marty's like, "Fuck!" Because he changed the time that he was going to try to get there before Doc Brown got shot.
But for some stupid ass reason, nobody programmed. You're going to go right into the porno theater, nigga. Well,
no, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, the porno theater was actually on the other side. That was a Christian theater.
Yeah, that was the regular theater.
Yeah.
It
was technically
it was two
Christian.
Yeah, it was two theaters. It was two
I
theaters.
thought it was the same movie.
No.
It was
See,
the same one.
From my understanding, or at least from either it was the weird camera angles, but like you had the theater that was showing the Ronald Reagan movie being the Christian theater, and the porno but in present day 1985, that was actually the porno theater.
Yeah.
Like the main theater was the porn theater. and it's like they were reversed, like
Yeah.
roles were
My
reversed.
thing is this though.
But-
let's just take the
but-
time to stop and say this, Harris. In 1984, Hill Valley on a
85.
public, I'm sorry, in 85 on a public street in California, they had a big ass porno theater sitting in the middle of the goddamn.
It was a whites only theater
It
too.
was a whites only theater. Yes, it was.
That was
Now, here's the thing.
that was a theater that would give birth to Chick-fil-A because that
Boy,
was a
that's some-
super Christian theater.
Boy, that
Had
looked like
Jesus saved and neon lights.
Now,
Like,
the
that
thing
looks
of it
like,
is,
that looks like a good one. That looks like a church where they watch Jerry Falwell all the goddamn
now my
time.
thing is this. So at this point, Marty goes to the Lone Pine Mall, sees
Yes.
Doc Brown get shot up, and he sees his past self go through and stuff, and that's when we see the van topple over and out. And at that point, watching this again, I was like, I could have sworn that thing blew up, but we already talked about that.
Yeah, it didn't.
Again, y'all, I think it's a Mandela effect that we've been having, Chris, with this movie.
Yeah.
We could have swore we saw it.
Okay, let me ask y'all a question. It is a hollowed out ass camera shop. What the fuck was gonna make that thing explode?
Sir, it's the 80s. You didn't have to have anything there to explode. Shit just exploded
Chris.
just
No, Chris. A lone camera shop in the middle of a parking lot was the equivalent. No, it's the equivalent of random ass stacks of boxes
sir,
in a car chase.
He had an RPG and he had a full gas tank in a VW Bug. That's all you need.
But it didn't deploy.
I know, but still, So early on,
Safety was still on.
Early on, Marty told Doc Brown about him getting shot by the Libyans, and Doc, because he was such a stickler for time, was like, "Don't tell me, I don't need to know because you never know what's going to happen," and yada yada yada. Now I think
figure it out throughout the passage of time.
Now I think he changed his mind. I personally feel he changed his mind. And I might be right on this. When Marty told him that his dad punched Biff,
I was just going to mention that,
and I think that's when Doc was like, well, maybe if I wear a bulletproof vest, what's the worst that could happen? Which is what he tells Marty. He was like, well, I just figured I'd say, what the hell? And then boom, he was, alive.
The bulletproof vest on. Actually, if you go back and watch the beginning of the movie, look at it again. Technically, he was wearing a bulletproof vest.
I feel like this is one of those
did two
situations.
Takes.
Yeah,
probably 2 takes.
But I also feel like this is one of those situations where it was going to happen this way anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it sounds dumb, but when all that was happening, he was like, Doc! Marty was already sitting there. There's one of my favorite episodes actually of Rick and Morty was the snake episode because it was a time travel episode. And what made it so good was at the very end, at the end of the episode, Rick and Morty goes to the snake planet, right? And they're trying to stop the snakes from making time travel. And one of the snakes, they got a gun, shoots himself, and Rick was like, no, they didn't even make it yet. God. Like, I can't believe this. I don't know how to do snake math. This is a bullshit. And he just sits there doing this. And Morty was like, what are you doing, Rick? I'm trying to commit myself to your fuck up. All of a sudden, you see another Rick and Morty walk into the wrong room. Like, here you go, asshole. You're like, what happened? Come to find out, he disciplined himself hard enough to know that they stuck with the plan to make sure that happened later on. It's one of those situations. So basically what happened, Doc was going to live no matter what. Yeah. Marty didn't fucking know that, because if Marty knew that, he would have never went into the past, yada, yada, yada. Thus, he would have never got saved. Yada. Yeah. It's one of those situations. So that's how I kind of...
hold on. See, first of all, he goes into the past by accident.
Yeah.
And true. And on top of that, Doc had already put in the time destination of November 5th, 1955.
I'm not going to, and let me make it very clear, I'm not about to do that. He probably meant that on purpose. I'm not doing that.
No. What makes it interesting is Doc. I mean, built for tough, I guess.
Okay.
Point blank range. Hold on. Point blank range. And I said this to you, gentlemen, before we started this podcast.
It's possible.
A freaking Soviet AK-47, not a headshot in sight. I get it, PG-13 movie, but come on, these are Libyans that are pissed off that they were sold a bag of goods. They were supposed to get a bomb. No, they were supposed to get a bomb, and you got freaking pinball parts. My nigga, that is a double tap.
Yeah.
Now look, and before somebody said, "Why did Libyans then come back?" I guarantee you, this is what Muammar Gaddafi said. Hey man, one of her came in there was supposed to get that plutonium from the white dude. What the fuck you mean the van flipped over?
Now here's what's crazy. So Marty gets dropped off at his house. Now, way he goes into his house, he always goes to the backyard and goes through his window, and he's in his room. So in Marty's head, everything's back to normal. He goes in his room. He wakes up in the morning, sleeping in the same fucking position as he slept earlier on. Wakes up, walks into the kitchen, doubles up. House looks nice as hell, nice furniture. Everything is just looking great, beautiful, and all that stuff.
It's easy to be white, isn't it?
You know the first dead giveaway?
What?
The front of in the front of the driveway, the wrecked car wasn't there.
Yeah, and Marty did, and like I said, Marty didn't notice.
I remember seeing that. I was a kid. I remember noticing that. Yeah,
but Marty didn't. Like I said, Marty didn't notice because he's just trying to get in the house. So like, Marty's like, "What the fuck's going on?" His brother works for, I guess,
he works at an office. He's got an office job.
Sister still don't know what the fuck she does, but she's dressed pretty nice.
Doesn't matter. She's probably a college student. It doesn't matter.
So we see Marty's parents coming in, and
boyfriends.
And Marty's parents come in, and they look like they just came from vacation.
Yeah, George is obviously fucking his secretary, but it's okay. It's fine. George looked like a dude that cheats on Lorraine every chance he gets.
Let me tell y'all something. Do you like Silver Fox era George McFly?
Man, that was Silver Fox
again
with them aviator shades.
Again,
he was clean, bro.
Again. That's George McFly going to his office. Hey, you ought to wear less next time.
But guys, we get the ultimate of revenge. Biff Tannen.
Yes.
Now this is the
Beamer.
Now this is just D.
That is a 3 series.
Biff owns a detailing shop, which I'm thinking is courtesy of him crashing into the manure truck, which is probably what led to that, him owning a detailing shop.
And this is just DBN. And look, I get it. We're supposed to take the piss out of Biff, but hey, yo, Biff, you got a detailing business back in the 80s in California. 4 years, you ain't gonna feel none of this, my nigga. I'm just saying. And also, it could be because D's that type of person. Put that picture back up for me one more second. It's just D. I see the fit, my nigga. I want it.
Oh yeah, I want that.
I want Adidas tracksuit.
I see it.
Especially this. Yeah, I mean that's old school as hell.
Hey, yo, Mr. Tannen, I see it. I want it.
Real quick, go back to the other one, Chris. So let me point out something. The fact that he's using turtle wax, sir,
that's old school as hell, man.
That is old school, but hold on. This is me forward thinking here. Yo, Biff, you got your own detailing company. Why don't you have your own products?
See that
Biff, 1980s Eris.
Wasn't quite there yet with that. With the
but think about it. He could have had a prototype or something.
But that's the thing.
Eris, you're dealing with a dude. You're dealing with a dude that's doing this out of a regular Ford Ranger truck.
But also,
give him a break.
But also, let's be real here. Biff has never been. If there's a running theme with this movie too, Biff has never been one to do original thought things. Because remember, he always had George doing all his work for him.
Yeah, that's true.
Hell, even when Biff got.
Well, how the hell did he get this far to get his own auto detailing?
I mean, no, because remember, George sat there and said, "I had to stay on Biff's behind."
That's true.
Since the incident.
Okay.
No, you know what it was, right? This is what happened. What happened was the roles got changed up. Yeah, but think about it. The roles got changed, and this is what happened. Hey, George, how you doing with it? What you want, Biff?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got a question, man. I got this business I want to do. I'm listening, Biff, and he's just, oh God, I feel bad for Biff. Oh my God.
I mean,
the man that punched you out, you gotta grovel to him for money to start a business,
bro.
Look, Biff, you just try to fuck my wife when she didn't want it. I should fuck you, right? You know what? Something like, because you know what? Trust me, white guys who are corny like George. Oh, the dancing that Biff has to do. That's why I said I feel bad for you.
Now his dad,
also, and I'm going to reinforce it. George does sleep with a secretary. You can't get me. You cannot get that thought out of D's head
when
now.
Biff comes in there with that box with his novel, which is a sci-fi novel on how he met his mom, which he uses Marty with the hazmat suit, which is funny as shit. And I know Marty had been looking at like son of a bitch.
I'm like, he actually did it.
I gotta be real with you. This is just D. My dad's such an unoriginal asshole. How did you not change the look, Pops?
No, did y'all like the back of that damn book? It's his freaking self-portrait. He's looking like a villain from Miami Vice.
I mean, so that happens.
He look like, I'm serious, he does look like a low-grade coke dealer,
now, at this point, his mom's demeanor is different because his mom is like, hey, what happened to that Jennifer girl? I really liked her, and Marty's like, but you know what? Never mind.
No. Well, no. What? No. She said. Well, first of all, she becomes more accepting.
Yeah.
To like, oh my gosh, she's such a nice girl. Like, hey, isn't tonight the night that you guys are supposed to go up to the lake? You guys have been planning this for 2 weeks.
And he has.
Lorraine's fake as shit.
Now here's the thing.
Ooh, I hate Lorraine.
That truck that Marty gets. I'm not gonna lie. As a kid, I wanted it. I wanted that truck.
I wanted that. Dude, that was a Toyota truck.
Is that a 4Runner here?
Yeah, it was like a 4Runner. I think it was a 4Runner. Like, I'm just gonna be real.
Look at what I was just about to look up the car. Look at
my thing is this, like those Toyota trucks back then. Like, I think I had like a relative that actually had.
It ain't a 4Runner. It's a It won't be it ain't a 4Runner. I don't know. I forgot the name of it.
They actually had the name of it in the movie. Hold on, y'all go ahead. I'll tell you what it is in a minute.
God, it ain't a 4Runner.
But I found it. It is the. Oh, I found it. It is the Toyota SR5.
SR5.
Yeah, the SR5.
Yeah,
now the SR5.
I couldn't remember the damn name. Yeah, that's why I was like, it ain't I knew it wasn't it. Yeah,
it was definitely the type of truck that was kind of like the way they advertised it. It was kind of like off road. You go to the beach kind of thing.
And
wait,
also,
no, Chris, hold on. Are you sure it was the SR5?
Toyota SR5, 85 SR5.
What do you got, man?
The Helix 4x4. That's what it is.
I think that's the same thing, though.
Is it the same thing?
It might be. I don't know. Don't give me the line on that one, man. I know the SR5 is the one name I know. That's why I was like that. When you said it,
it's a 1985 Toyota Hilux pickup deluxe 4x4.
Hilux.
Yep, Hilux.
I feel no, dude. That wouldn't be the baby of the Highlander because that didn't happen till the 90s. So. Whatever.
Yeah, it's a Hilux 4x4.
But I know some years ago, Toyota did a special edition of the Tacoma that was kind of like that truck.
So listen, in 2035 they should do it again.
I mean, look, it's kind of like chasing the dragon. It's like the Ford Bronco has made a comeback in recent times, and it's been doing pretty good from what I've heard so far. So hey, anything's possible. I mean, but
this is the Helix. It is yes, it is an SR5. It is also called the SR5.
Okay.
I remember these because I remember actually the truck because he used to sell those trucks all the time in little Matchbox Junks, man. Yeah. I remember these motherfuckers.
That one in particular was the 4x4.
It's a 80s. It's a pure 80s car,
Also, RIP them gas prices because you see them gas at Texaco for $1.09 in the fucking movie.
Hold up, hey Chris. An even bigger RIP to the servicemen that came out of that damn Texaco.
Boy,
Texaco gas station doesn't exist as far as I know today. It doesn't. Yeah, it's gone.
God, all the Texacos are gone.
Boy.
Hold
on, no. Texaco is still around.
It's still around.
Oh, it is in DC. It is. There's a Texaco station right there in Georgetown.
But one thing
there's a Texaco station right there, 2 of them actually on Richmond Highway.
But the one thing that does still exist though, the service that you still get at gas stations, they still do that in Japan.
That's cool. I think that's actually cool. Here's the thing.
The initial D kept alive.
I hate to be this person. America don't need that service. I as much as I would love much as I would love it, it's me. Don't touch my car.
No. Think about this. Think about it. You saw that car. That's that one Studebaker that showed up in 1955. When it pulled up, you saw 4 dudes come out all wearing the same suits. My man got tire pressure check, got like fresh air put in the tires, oil change service. You getting all of this mechanical work done at a gas station.
No, my
And
thing is
D
this.
has to say this last part. And they all white men. Yes.
Now, my thing is
Yes.
this. So Jennifer rolls through.
Bitch. Look, I hit bumps on purpose just so you can put
So Marty opens the garage, sees the truck. He opens the garage, sees the truck, and he's all like, "Oh shit, I got the truck." Jennifer rolls through, and Marty's freaking out because again, he's been back in 1955 for a whole week. Jennifer doesn't know what the fuck's going on. She's like, "What are you talking about? We just saw each other like earlier today. The fuck?" Yes, it was the previous day they saw each other, but he was like, "The fuck?"
It's a joke I got.
Like you act like you see me in a week.
And I like how, and this caught me off guard as a kid. Now we saw Doc Brown leave the previous night, going 88 miles an hour, going down the street in the neighborhood, gone.
All the flashes and everything.
All of a sudden, you see Doc Brown come through.
As a kid, the hype I got as a kid seeing this part.
I thought it was pretty cool that it's the second time that he came back, because remember, first he drives Marty home, and then he goes.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Years, he goes 30 years into the future. Comes back in probably the most cosplay of cosplay
now,
Doc Brown outfits.
Now at this point, he's revised the DeLorean. It doesn't take plutonium now. Now it takes trash, like solid trash. Like
I mentioned this. I mentioned this to you guys before we recorded that Doc Brown does the best thing that you could do for that car, and honestly, the less dangerous way of running that car. Instead of running on plutonium, let it run off of trash.
Yeah.
Thanks to Mr. Fusion. You go into the future, learn a more efficient way of running your time machine, take that technology back with you, and keep it moving.
And so Doc Brown says, Marty, we got to do something. There's trouble in your future. And he's like, Jennifer has to come because it's involving both of you. They get into the car, and Marty's like, well, don't you need to back up because you got to go 88 miles an hour.
Like, no. And Doc Brown says something all of us Maryland people say.
Roads where we're going, we don't
know you're
roads.
And it blows. And as a kid, like you said, D, this blew my mind. You see him hover, fly, and then and it's like, so is there Back to the Future 2? Now at the time we didn't know this because it was just
it was the first movie.
It was the first movie, and that was
also just real talk. 2-1-1 when it came out the first time. So let's just be real. Our first real, we probably saw this movie first, but the real one we really lashed onto was the second one. Let's not fake this, guys. We were all born. Look, it's like this. We were all born in the early 80s. I know exactly when we all saw it.
I didn't see the first Back to the Future until I saw the second. It's the same thing with Ghostbusters. I saw Ghostbusters 2 before I saw Ghostbusters 1.
Actually, I did see Ghostbusters before the second one, but that's whatever. But still, for Back to the Future, because like I said, we were all like 1-2 years old, maybe 3. Ain't no way in the world we fucking remember. Even if we were in the movie theater with our parents, we would have fucking remember that. The second one, I know we all got vivid memories of that.
I wish I could have been a fly on the wall in that theater the day that movie came out.
4th of July weekend was insane for this.
Hold on, like. I wish I could be a fly on the wall when that movie came out and just seeing the crowd's reaction at the end when the freaking DeLorean hovers and flies off and jumps right at you. I wish I could have seen that feeling. Like I wanted to experience that.
That's cool. That is
cool. Now this movie, #1 in the box office for weeks. Like this thing was a mammoth hit. Opening weekend, 4th of July weekend, #1. Pale Rider #2. Rambo: First Blood Part 2 was #3. Cocoon #4. Emerald Forest #5, St. Elmo's Fire #6, Goonies #7, Fletch #8. I forgot Fletch was a thing. Red Sonja #9, which also was opening weekend with it, which RIP Red Sonja. That was supposed to be the spinoff for Conan, and you open up against Back to the Future.
That didn't go nowhere.
Didn't really fare well. And #10, Prizzi's Honor, which I've heard of the movie, never watched it.
So, and Chris, this movie had a $19 million budget, and it turned over $210 million.
14 million opening weekend.
210 and at the U.S. box office alone. I don't even want to know what this movie made overseas.
Yeah, I think it totaled out to close to 400 million overseas, like worldwide.
Boy, and you think that they weren't going to make a sequel off of this?
Now let me make it now let me say this right here. I just looked up, just want to know when these two were born. Bob Gale was born in 51. Zemeckis was born in 52. This goes back to a little point I made about remaking stuff, at least knowing the sensibilities and stuff like that. If let's just say us three make a movie, yes, it's going to be, if not the 80s, it will be the 90s. And we know it. We lived it. We were around it. We know how it is and all that. So if we will make a movie, we will have our sensibilities and we know where we'll go to. That's the reason why it works for this movie, because you had two men that were born in the 50s, adored the 50s, and know how it was. So you had authenticity there that was going to be looked at.
And I'm glad that the creators.
I'm still shooting for the late 90s.
And I'm glad the creators
behind. I don't want to touch them.
But see, here's my thing. Number one, I'm glad I'm glad Zemeckis and them owns Back to the Future, because they said, look, as long as we're still breathing, there will never be a remake, period. Yeah. After we die, it's up to our estate and whatever on how they handle it. But we're not doing a remake and reboot period of this, because it's the movie with the movie. Because the thing is, you put out a movie now, I feel you have to do the 90s. That's the only way it works.
And you cannot saturate it. You cannot hold back. You got to show how sexist the 90s was. You got to show how it was difficult for these people, that people, whatever. Or if you don't want to get that heavy, make a good story.
Yeah, that's it.
And don't and make a good story.
Make one that's good, and
make one that's believable. Make a story that you lived.
You keep it to the sensibilities of that time. Do not bring nothing from today into this movie.
I put it to you this way: if the character you're writing for is gay, I shouldn't pick up that they're gay. And you're probably saying like that's not a good thing. No, that's how it was back then.
No, D, you're absolutely right. I do not need to see here he comes floating around making noise gay. All right.
Nah. Dead serious. It'd be one of those things where we're like, oh, dang, he gay. Oh, he didn't say nothing, and they kill going. But you don't bring nothing to it. You know what I mean? That's not you're not there for the gay sexual.
I mean, but there was it
pisses me like I'm real quick. Like it pisses me off like how people got mad at the Freddie Mercury movie, and it was like, oh, there's not enough gayness in this movie. Like, did you want the dick to go in? Did you want to see the dick go in the butt? Like, what is like?
I mean, because if you
how gay did you want it to be?
If you want to know a movie,
locker room scene from Any Given Sunday in this movie,
like if you want a movie
thank you, Eris.
If you want to know a movie that actually hits the sensibilities, that hits the sensibilities of what Back to the Future is, it was a Netflix movie called See You Tomorrow. And it kind of hits those sensibilities of Back to the Future, but it also does the thing of trying to add in like the topical thing of what was happening in 2019 at the time.
Look.
So
I'm not about to get into that, but yeah,
but I know, but it's just the basic parts of it. You kind of have to keep those sensibilities of time travel and have fun with it, and still kind of keep with whatever time period that you're doing, whatever story you're telling. But like you said, at the end of the day, you gotta tell the story. And it's like when you watch Back to the Future now, and even 2 and even 3, it just works. It's a movie having fun first and foremost, and everything else just kind of comes where it comes. That's why I've never been a fan of, if you do a movie, okay, we gotta pass the special test, and it's like I get the reasons for those tests, but it's like no, just make the movie and just let the chips fall where they fall afterwards.
Also,
it's what I had said for the longest time. This is the perfect trilogy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All 3 of these movies do make the perfect trilogy, which is it's incredibly difficult to do.
Were they cash grabby? Sure, but it was fine. It worked.
But no, the sequels, they planned that crap. They filmed them both back to back.
Oh yeah, we know they filmed back to back, and I think that was probably the smart way to do it.
Which is the smart way to do. You wrap up the story like, hey, you know what? We're gonna make 2 more movies because honestly, the first one earned it for us, and we're just gonna we're gonna take the time, write these damn stories. What was it? They filmed them back to back, but they released them in 2 different years. Like the second one came out. The second one came out in 87, and the third one came out in
89.
Yeah, 89.
89. Yeah, so
came out in 89.
90. Yep. It was 89 and 90.
89 and 90. Okay, my bad. 89 and 90. And yeah, you rounded it out. You round that out perfect.
Yeah.
You tell the story that you need to tell and be done with it.
Yes, they had a cartoon series that
and the cartoon
series, have fun with it, but it is what it is, But like I said, Back to the Future is a perfect.
Wait, hold on. Let me respond to this one. So work for the Wachowskis. Are you sure? The
only thing you can give Reloaded and Revolutions is that they filmed the movies back to back, but at the end of the day, that's a situation. Yeah, and like I said, it wasn't
imperfect,
and it wasn't until years later, recently, they finally had a sequel that at least made the attempt to try to clean up the mess of those two movies. And
no, what they want is the person to be a full-on Sylvester James fan and have all this additional stuff. It's like you're taking away from the story. You're making that person one note.
That's what made the Rocket Man good. It was less about Elton John being gay and more about like, here's him as a person.
There's this lifestyle. You talking about the person. You're not talking when you melt somebody down and make them just their gender or just their sexuality. It's so stupid. That's why I keep on saying it. That's some white people shit. Stop doing that. Stop melting people down to one element. That's not how it is. People aren't like that.
But D, what's the next movie for 3BG?
Fuck around me. I think we should go ahead and do Dragon Ball. I think we're ready now. I think we're ready now.
Tournament arc of the build up of our introduction to the man himself, Tien, in the Crane School. AKA, you ever want to see two old black people have a knife fight? Well, that's the Crane School master and Master Roshi, just knife fight.
We never see that dude again after.
I know, right? Well, no. We see him in the third tournament.
See him in the movie.
No, we see
in
the
movie.
But I'm talking about we never see him again after.
Oh no, DBZ. The only thing you see is Mercenary Town. That's like a filler episode that made no fucking sense.
Which is why I like the movie where Tien showed up in, which is almost a totally different way to introduce him. But also, what makes it so good is that General Tao and the master of the Crane School were both partners and shit. Here's the funny thing: it's not a bad movie. It ain't the best, but it ain't a bad movie.
It's just fun.
Yeah, it is a fun movie. Actually, this is a fun movie. But
but basically, it's Goku having a tournament with the Universal Monsters, and he beats his father, Gohan,
his grandfather,
which kind of builds in a loophole on the Dragon Balls in regards to resurrection, which we talk about that, and then
we'll get that in.
And then it also leads into the second Tenkaichi Budokai tournament, which is fun as hell.
The most lit one of all of them. So. Yeah, so we're it's probably, if we're not here next week on Thursday or Friday, that means we're giving ourselves enough time to see all of it, because I do want us to get through all that. So anyway, thank y'all for staying up late with us on this one. If you're on the East Coast is late, thank you so much. It was so much fucking fun. I love it. God, this episode was great.
Peace out.
I swear to God.